FM. The 2026 High School Football Broadcast Pregame Show on ESPN is brought to you by Sweeney's Clothing. The 2026 football broadcasts on ESPN are also brought to you by Beeman's Variety, Gentle Dental, Central Peninsula Hospital, and Ashman Krause Real Estate. Coverage of area football teams on ESPN is also brought to you by Steam on Wheels, Dan's Automotive, Kenai Peninsula College, White Spruce Trailer Sales, and Dan Construction and Roofing. The 2026 high school football season on ESPN 1140 AM and 96.9 FM. Also sponsored by Ridgeway Dentistry, Peninsula Surgery and Aesthetics, Earhart, Elsner and Cooley Attorneys at Law, Eyewear Express, and Soldotna Professional Pharmacy. The high school football halftime report on ESPN with highlights, stats, and game recaps is sponsored by State Farm agent Christy Babcock. Football coverage on ESPN 1140 AM and 96.9 FM. Also brought to you by AK Express, Martha's Cocina, Genoir Towing and Recovery, Kenai Peninsula Driving Instruction, Everybody Rides Again, and Three Bears, Alaska. The football postgame show on ESPN is sponsored by Peninsula Community Health Services with game recaps, interviews, and the player of the game. Now, let's go down to the field for today's high school football broadcast on ESPN 1140 AM, 96.9 FM, and on the web at RadioKenai.com.
Well, good afternoon and welcome, everybody. This is the Replay Live. Nick Sorrell and Nolan Rose here with you. And if you're tuned in on the radio or watching on Peninsula Live on YouTube, thank you for joining us there as well. Hey, everybody here at Soldotna High School, Justin Maley Field. Who's ready for some Sohi football? All right, we're going to give you one more chance because we need to get loud, we need to get proud, we need to give that pound the rock energy. Let me hear you. Who's ready for some Sohi football? All right, well, Nolan, this is a game that has been in the works for months now. I mean, it goes all the way back to a newspaper ad that Coach Brantley responded to get this thing set up. Have you ever heard of a game with such clout, so anticipated, that started with a newspaper ad?
No, we talked about it last week on the replay show. I can't think of a football game that had this much anticipation the last 15, 20 years on the peninsula. You might have to go back to some of the Soldotna Kenai matchups from the early 2000s when they were both competing for state championships to get a game that has this much buzz. And it's really cool, bringing a team up here. How often do we get to have a team from the lower 48 come up to Alaska? It's usually the other way around. We're sending teams down to the lower 48. So, and it's a home and home, which adds another layer to this whole thing. So I know the community's excited. I'm excited. You're excited, and we're ready for some football.
We have talked about this game maybe just a little bit. If any of you listen to the replay on ESPN
We've
Radio,
talked about it a lot.
Yeah, we've talked about this quite a bit, and the hype has been real. We've been very excited for it. I'm sure many of you are totally aware. These two teams come in both ranked number one in their states, respectively, in high school football, despite not being in the highest classification in their state. The Star Valley Braves come from Class 3A in Wyoming, which is one tier lower than 4A, and yet despite that, their unprecedented success has led to them being ranked number one in Wyoming. Same with the Soldotna Stars. I think that the level of success that Soldotna has established over the years is fairly well documented. Am I right, everybody? Am I right? Yeah, Soldotna Stars football success is
unprecedented.
It's earned them the number one ranking according to multiple media outlets on a national level. And so aren't we blessed that we were able to get this matchup set up here? Not only are they both the number one ranked teams in their state, but they come in with these unreal win streaks. Sohi has a coach who has 181 career wins. Took him 17 years to lose 10 games, which is pretty incredible. And then Star Valley comes in on a 33-game win streak. These two teams have a combined 48 consecutive wins, but somebody's got to lose today.
Somebody has to lose today. I mean, I think everybody's expecting a great football game. I just think for Peninsula fans, the opportunity to see such a great program like Soldotna Stars football get to test themselves against another state champion, from Wyoming, a team with a pedigree that is similar to what Soldotna has built over the last 20 years or so. What better test can the Stars have here in week 3 of the high school season? And for the Star Valley Braves, this is their first game of the year, so they're not scheduling cupcakes to get things started, right? Like they're taking on the Soldotna Stars right out of the gate, so it should be exciting.
A lot of respect to the Star Valley Braves, all these boys over here. Give them a hand, everybody, because they made a long trip to come up here and play your Soldotna Stars. Coach McKay Young for the Braves, he didn't want to make it easy on his squad to start this season off. They not only play the #1 team in Alaska, but they go on and play one of the top Canadian football teams next week. That's an Alberta team. And then they play a team you guys are familiar with here, Sugar Salem in Idaho. That is one heck of a 3-week stretch to open your season. I mean, talk about trying to get your licks in.
Yeah, you wonder if they played like a preseason scrimmage or something just to kind of knock the rust off before you kind of get in that murderer's row. But, hey, to be the best, you got to beat the best, and scheduling tough opponents is only going to make you stronger. I'm sure that's what Coach McKay is thinking, like, let's get this right out of the gate. Let's schedule as tough as we can. Obviously they've had a ton of success the past recent seasons, so there's no reason why they shouldn't want to test themselves, and I'm sure they're up for any challenge they'll face.
You're listening and watching the Sweeney's pregame show on ESPN Radio and tuning in collaboration with Peninsula Live on YouTube. We're very excited for this game today. We're going to continue the pregame show when we come back right after this on ESPN Radio.
Back to school shopping starts at Sweeney's Clothing in Soldotna. Get the whole family ready with the brands you know. You asking me?
Yeah, just checking.
Yes, mics are off.
Okay, cool.
Okay. From everyday school clothes to tough workwear and outerwear, Sweeney's has need the whole year. Plus, check out the warehouse sale going on now. Sweeney's Clothing, Key-Nicewear Highway in Soldotna. Sweeney's, the workwear and outerwear headquarters for the whole family. Let's talk about something that's not always top of mind, still really important. It offers financial protection to loved ones that can help them pay for things like a mortgage, credit card debt, and even your children's education. Plus, life insurance is probably a lot more affordable than you think. And with State Farm, the local agents help you understand your options and discover your needs and budget.
Hi, this is talk to your local ship. It's my wife.
Drove from Wyoming all the way to Soldotna for this game. Welcome back to the Sweeney's pregame show. Nick Sorrell and Nolan Rose with you for this highly anticipated matchup between the Soldotna Stars and the Star Valley Braves. These two programs come in with a high degree of pedigree, a lot of success. Soldotna has started this season off on an absolute banger of a run. I mean, they put a beat down on the Wasilla Warriors. The final score in that game was 49-14. It was Eli Richards, the junior, who kind of led the way for Soldotna in that game. Had 4 combined touchdowns, 3 on the ground, 1 through the air. And but the one guy who did not find the end zone is that senior stud at fullback, Chase Hall, and he was a yard shy of the century mark.
Well, he made up for that.
I think he took that first game a little bit personally. What do you say?
Yeah. he came back guns a-blazing.
Yeah, Chase Hall with 193 rushing yards on 14 carries last week and 6 touchdowns. I've talked to a lot of people, and I have yet to find somebody who can tell me a Soldotna Star that has scored more than 6 touchdowns in a single
Well, he averaged 14.4 yards per carry. So, I mean, if you're getting a first down and a half every time you touch the football, it's going to be a good night.
I think that the Soldotna Stars have been preparing not just for this game this season, but for a long time. I think the level of competition that they get in Alaska is one that has oftentimes led Coach Brantley to look outside the state. And there's not a lot of coaches that would do that. I think there's a lot of guys who would say, you know what, we're content to just continue to roll up the competition in this area. But we have 2 coaches that are going to be on the field today who said, no, that's not what we want. We actually want to face somebody that is on our level, who can truly challenge us. And the real winners here are us, because we get to see that.
Well, when you're building a team, you always want to face some level of adversity. Like that's when you're going to find out who you are, right? You got to know. You want to know before you get to a state playoff game, state championship game, that if things go sideways, there's a turnover, misplays, that you have the mental fortitude to get through those moments and continue to play great football. If you're not tested during the regular season, it's always kind of a question mark as a coach in the back of your mind. Are we going to handle things when things go awry? Which inevitably happens every season. Not everything's going to go your way. But what Soldotna's done, which is so incredible, is they've sort of distanced themselves from the rest of the pack in Alaska. And there's such a wide gap that there really just aren't a lot of competitive opportunities for the Stars. You see a lot of games where the starters are out at halftime. They're not even getting carries or getting playing time in the second half because of the margin on the scoreboard. So for the Stars to be able to face an incredibly challenging opponent like this, and I know Coach Brantley is on record as saying that this is one of the biggest step-ups in competition that he's had during his tenure with the Stars. So I think we're all excited to see what Soldotna has and how that plays out against another program that operates at an elite level like Soldotna does.
It has been quite a season thus far, as we mentioned, after beating Wasilla. Anybody here last week for that West Valley game? Let me hear you if you were here in the stands. Yeah, we had a lot of people that showed up to watch the Soldotna Stars, dare I say, dismantle. I think dismantle is probably a proper term.
The Wolfpack didn't have enough wolves.
There was not enough wolves in the pack.
The pack needed to be bigger.
Last week, negative 24 yards of offense on their opening possession, negative yardage through the first 3 quarters of the game, and I think that is probably one of the most underrated aspects of this Soldotna Stars football team has been that vaunted defense. Yes, the offense is very special. Yes, they do some incredible things. But when you have big guys like Carter Hillier and Phoenix Goolsby and Kota Lapule, who is the returning offensive lineman or lineman of the year, they do so much work in the trenches, and it's oftentimes those unsung heroes. But hey, let me hear it from everybody here. Tell me how you feel. Get loud for all those big boys down in the trenches who do the hard work. They have done something consistently from year to year, Soldotna putting up defensive numbers that are just on another level. But I think they're going to get a challenge here today from a team that not only will be moving the ball on the ground well, but is a dual threat team. They'll take it to the air as well.
Yeah, Star Valley, multiple offense, rushing, passing, attack you in all areas of the field. You can just tell by seeing the Braves out here on the field warming up right now. I mean, they have some big dudes. So, Soldotna's advantages along the offensive line, the defensive line with the big boys up front, creating running room for their ball carriers. That's going to be challenged today because they're going to be facing some real athletes from the Star Valley Braves team. And this is a well-organized, well-coached team. They're going to be disciplined. But that's always been the thing with Soldotna, Nick, is with that power T offense, you don't know who's going to get the ball.
Right.
So that, 3/4 of the puzzle is just figuring out where the ball is. And if you guess wrong, you are in trouble because they have guys like Eli Richards and Chase Hall that can house that thing.
Right.
So, has Star Valley faced an offense similar to this? It's unique in Alaska. It's unique anywhere, the power T. It's not a very common offense. You see it in a lot of programs. So we'll see how quickly Star Valley can adjust to what Soldotna does on the offensive end.
Have you ever watched any X Games stuff? Guys that do pretty crazy things like on BMX bikes and stuff? Well, everybody can ride a bicycle. But it's not until you see somebody that can really do something crazy on a bicycle that you go, oh, okay, that's next level. You can practice against the power team. You can rehearse against the power team.
Yeah, your scout team can run it, but
when you actually face somebody who can execute it at an elite level, it's one of those plans that you have to say, does it survive contact with the enemy? We're going to take a break. You're listening to the Sweeney's pregame show, The Replay with Nick and Nolan, live on ESPN Radio.
Up just Beeman's. You want 30 or 60 or 90?
Give me 90.
Okay.
Actually, just
You'll
60.
find us at Beeman's.
We've got it. Things available. Hey, it's never too early to start thinking about Christmas food.
Not at all.
Nope. So we have a large selection of journals. We have home decor. There's lots of baby gifts. We stuck these really cool molded globes. We have lots of Hydro Flask, Man Bar soaps, all sorts of goodies.
Gifts galore waiting for you at Beeman's. Look on the Key Highway in Soldotna.
Gentle Dental in Soldotna provides modern dental care in a welcoming, comfortable environment where patients feel right at home. We're also preparing to offer dental implants in the coming months. Patients with missing teeth, failing teeth, or ill-fitting dentures who are non-smokers are encouraged to schedule an evaluation combined with an advanced 3D.
Okay.
Gentle Dental continues to deliver precise, predictable care. Call Gentle Dental in Soldotna today.
Okay.
262-8834 to schedule an appointment.
We'll share this.
Welcome back to the Sweeney's pregame show and the replay live with Nick and Nolan. Sarge would have loved to have been a part of this, but he's
a busy
otherwise
guy.
occupied today. He'll be wearing one of the referee hats out on the field today. So we're joined now on the pregame show by one of the Soldotna coaches, Joe Shirley. Joe, very excited to have you, and go ahead and pull your there you go. Get that one down there too so we can hear you on the radio as well. Hey, tell me, has the preparation been on maybe another level over the last few weeks, or has this just been business as usual for Soldotna?
This has probably been business as usual. Our level of preparation doesn't really change based on who we're playing. It could be an 0-4 team, and we're preparing like they're 4-0.
That's probably why the program has had just as much success as it has.
Absolutely, yep.
That might be true, but this is a huge game, Joe.
Oh, yeah.
We have to acknowledge that this is a monster of a game. We were mentioning earlier, I can't think of a more hyped, highly anticipated football game in the last 15, 20 years on the peninsula. Having a team fly up from the lower 48 instead of one of our teams having to go down to the lower 48 adds another element to it. You know, usually when we play these lower 48 teams, we have to go into hostile territory. Well, the Stars have home field advantage. They got the home fans. You know, how's that going to play into this matchup? Just getting Star Valley here in Soldotna and having such a big matchup in front of the home crowd.
This is going to be great for us. It is a new kind of territory. As you said, you know, we're used to going outside. It's a real blessing to have these guys come up here for a game.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for coming and chatting with us. Nolan, I want to know, what do you think is the key for Soldotna in this one? Obviously, we've covered a lot of the offense. We've talked about the defense. What do you think is going to be the biggest factor in this one for Soldotna?
Well, with some of the injury issues that the Stars are facing, I think that puts them in a situation today where it would benefit them to control the football, control time of possession, keep the Star Valley offense off the field. And fortunately for the Stars, they have the perfect system to bring that type of game plan to life. We'll see how some of the younger players fill in and adapt, and it's a big moment for some of these guys that maybe don't get as many high-end snaps as they're used to.
Right.
But I think if they can control possession of the football, no turnovers, that's a big key. You got to win the turnover battle. Time of possession is going to be big. Keep the Star Valley offense off the field, and you got to like the Stars' chances. One thing about Soldotna, they're used to winning, and teams that are used to winning, they have a championship pedigree. They're very good at finding ways to win, even when everything isn't going exactly to plan.
Absolutely. And Coach, my key to this game is going to go back to a phrase that the Stars use fairly consistently to describe the way they operate. And I think everybody here knows exactly what that phrase is. My key to the game, Coach, why don't you go ahead and say it for me?
Pound the rock.
I need the Soldotna Stars today. Let me hear you in the stands get loud, because Sohi needs to pound the rock. That's what it takes.
That's what it takes.
You
Yes,
ever
sir.
see Remember the Titans? What do they say? Works like Novocaine. Just give it time, and it always gets the job done. Hey, thank you, everybody. This has been the replay live in the Sweeney's pregame show. We're going to send it up to the broadcast booth for the play-by-play. Thank you, Coach Joe Shirley.
Hey, thank you,
Nolan
guys.
Rose, thank you for joining us. And Nolan and I will be up there calling the game today. This has been the Sweeney's pregame show. For those of you listening on the radio, when we come back, it'll be from the broadcast booth. Stars and Star Valley Braves coming up next.
Thinking about a new place to land here on the Kenai Peninsula at Ashton Krause Real Estate.
Okay, hey, just keep playing ads until we come back. Okay, actually, I'm going to hang up the phone because I'll call back. I got to switch broadcast units.
Too bad this kid
Okay.
got like
Your first home?
game, before playing a team like this. It's a pressure situation.
Biggest thing for us is, Sohi beats Sohi. So if we don't beat us, we're okay.
Yeah.
But hey, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need my headset. Just this, and I think we're good there. But here first,
This stuff stays down here.
yeah, what we're going to do is we are going to pick up this table and we're going to move it over there. Ooh, I almost pulled their camera over.
fans who traveled to watch their Star Valley team play this afternoon.
Hello. Oh.
Hey, Race. All right, we can go back on the air whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Okay.
Ferrero walked to a...
Are you picking up the audio here? Test.
Yes, I got you.
Welcome back to the Sweeney's pregame show. Nick Sorrell along with Nolan Rose. Nolan, let me get you turned on here. I think we got your mic good. Okay. All right. So obviously made our way up here. We're just a few minutes away from opening kickoff, about 5.5 minutes to go before this one gets underway. And for everybody who was able to tune in to the replay live down there in the beginning of the Sweeney's pregame show, thank you so much for that. It is a gorgeous day
Chamber of Commerce
for football. Yeah, I love you how you put that.
Yeah,
Chamber of Commerce.
These kids from Wyoming, they're going to be wanting to move up here after this. It's so beautiful. They're not getting the full Alaska experience. I don't know if that's in the Stars' favor, quite honestly. I mean, maybe some inclement weather would have benefited the Stars, but this is perfect football playing conditions. It's low 60s. There's hardly any wind to speak of. A little bit of overcast here and there to get you out of the sun, and man, you can't ask for a better weather day.
So a couple guys, Nolan, that you think are going to be big standouts. I'll let you think about that for Soldotna. In the meantime, a few guys to keep to listen for, and if you're watching on the Peninsula Live YouTube channel, to watch for with the Star Valley Braves, keep an eye out for Roman Erickson and Travis Thompson. Both of them have been very successful in the passing game for these guys, and they have a new quarterback this year, Ross Hilton, who took over for last year's senior quarterback for Star Valley, who was a very good passing threat. And this will be a lot of these guys' first game in this starting role, which I think adds a unique element to this game. Soldotna has kind of established themselves over the last few games, and Star Valley now getting some of these first guys their first reps as starters.
Yeah, I think, it's interesting. We talked to some Soldotna coaches about whether that was a benefit or a detriment. Yes, you got those 2 games to kind of work out some of the kinks early in the season, but you also put a lot of stuff on tape. This Star Valley team, obviously you're going to go back last year, Coach Brantley, they're going to look at all that tape and film from a year ago, but they don't have anything from this year. So some of these new Braves, the quarterback, like you mentioned, is a new starter. There's no actual game tape of this kid as a starter this year, and so that adds a little bit of an element of intrigue both directions. I think for the Stars, the big names, Eli Richards, Chase Hall, scoring all the touchdowns, rushing for all the yards, but it's going to be the offensive line. The offensive line has to dominate for the Stars in this game. They've got to maintain possession of the football. They've got to have long possessions, win the time of possession, keep this high-powered Star Valley offense off the field. And if the Stars can do that and the big boys up front can control the rock, pound the rock is the saying, well, they got to do that today. Maybe as well as they've done in the last 10, 15 years, because I can't think of a bigger matchup or a better opponent that Soldotna has faced since this kind of Brantley run has started back in the early 2000s.
Well, we're going to take a break. When we come back, it'll be your Genoir Towing and Recovery starting lineups. Team captains out on the field right now for the coin toss to decide exactly who's going to start this game off with the football. We'll be right back with those starting lineups on ESPN Radio.
Got automotive experience? Then why is it just sitting around collecting dust? Put that experience to work at Dan.
90s okay?
Yes. Yep.
Business, know how to work with customers, and want to be great local shops. This could be your opportunity. Dan's Automotive, Sterling Highway next to Napa Auto Parts in Soldotna. Call 907-420-16 a day. Experience pays at Dan's Automotive.
This is Mark from Steam on Wheels. Wanted to talk to you about the Greer Poly tanks that we are now stocking. We've got tank sizes from 1,000 gallon, 1,250.
So I think Star Valley's
what sets them apart from the competition is that they have up to a 10-foot bury depth. Sometimes you need a tank that can withstand more than 4 feet, and these are where these poly tanks really shine.
We
do have tanks in stock. As a customer, you can come by and pick them up, contractor as well. Give us a call at Steam on Wheels, 907-262-3240.
We're going to be talking a lot here. It's a big game.
Thinking about a new place to land here on the Kenai Peninsula? at Ashman Krause Real Estate. We believe real estate should feel clear,
Who's the quarterback?
From the very first conversation.
Our new
you're
guy.
Buying your first home, moving
Andrew
across
Fielden.
town, or preparing, we guide you through every step with local knowledge and
Senior, though.
Well,
that helps. Thank you.
New home with
Yeah, I figured it. Well, look at my Seahawks. See, I bought that so I can be color coordinated.
By Jaguar Towing and Recovery.
Welcome back to the Sweeney's pregame show. Nick Sorrell and Nolan Rose, our broadcast producer this afternoon. Back in our K-Beach studio is Race Lee. The Soldotna Stars running through their big banner as they take the field, led by Phoenix Goolsby and Kaysen Gauthier, the two that lead them out of the banner. Soldotna Stars, time for their Genoir Towing and Recovery starting lineups. If you need a tow or help recovering a vehicle or heavy equipment, call Genoir Towing and Recovery at 907-394-6068. We'll start it off with the defense for Star Valley. They're going to send number 1, a junior linebacker, Crew Thompson, out. A senior defensive back, Weston Krog. He'll wear the number 3. Number 4 is a junior defensive back, Lincoln Finch. Their linebacker crew continues with number 8, Crew Morgan, a 6', 195-pound senior. And we will wrap up these starting lineups when we come back after the national anthem, right here on ESPN Radio.
One bite, and you'll know why Martha Cocina's burgers are a Kenai Peninsula favorite. Big, juicy, loaded with flavor, and grilled fresh, just the way you Then make plans to come back. Taco Tuesday for authentic street tacos, including amazing shrimp and halibut tacos. Pair it with an ice cold.
At the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Great job, Dave Lawson performing our national anthem. And now, fans, it's time to meet the starting lineup. First, it'll be the defensive lineup for the Star Valley Braves, starting at defensive end, number 51, a 6'3", 195-pound senior, Bryce Erickson.
To the Genoir Towing and Recovery starting lineups. The Star Valley Braves defense will continue that one. We left off with the senior defensive back playing free safety, Landon Peterson. Then we go on down, another DB actually playing strong safety is senior Travis Thompson. And on to the big boys on the defensive line, a senior 6', 395 pounds, Bryce Erickson. A linebacker, number 59, Kemen Philliby, senior as well. Another senior defensive lineman, Thomas Erickson. Then the last defensive lineman we've got, we mentioned them all, so we got the whole defense in there. The starting lineup for the Soldotna Stars, their offense will be number 4, senior running back Ethan Cooper, another junior. This is running back Eli Richards, 151 rushing yards thus far this season and 3 touchdowns. Starting quarterback, and this is a development here, is that the Stars are a little thin at quarterback. Their first, second, and third string quarterbacks, Nolan, are all injured, and so they will be out. It'll be fourth string quarterback Andrew Fielden under center today, as he was last week against West Valley. Then continuing on to the rest of the backfield, number 42, that'll be running back Chase Hall. And on the edges, the tight ends, number 20, a junior Keegan Myrick, and number 88, senior Scott Bieber. And the offensive line for the Soldotna Stars today, number 55, Phoenix Goolsby, a senior Coda Lapule wearing the number 6. A junior, number 75, Blake Cecil, and a senior offensive lineman, number 78, Lachlan Pond. Nolan, here's the one thing that I think is going to be a huge matchup for Soldotna. If you look at their secondary of Ethan Cooper and also another player in the backfield is Trevin Moore. He'll be a cornerback, and Dane Carter. The height on those 3 players, 5'10", 5'8", and 5'11".
Well, from the booth, Nick, the most obvious thing that stands out, Star Valley is on the opposite end of the field from the booth that we're broadcasting from.
Yeah.
They're huge.
They're very tall.
They are giant young men. That size on the perimeter, if Star Valley has some receivers that can move and they're 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", that will be interesting for the Star defenders. You know, when you're giving up half a foot in height out on the perimeter.
So that's exactly where I'm going with this, is that one of the best players for Star Valley is senior wide receiver and linebacker Roman Erickson. He is 6'3", 200 pounds. And the other guy they'll have opposite him is Kai Frazier, who's a tight end, who's 6'5", and 230 pounds.
Soldotna's used to playing against Anchorage schools. You know, you play West, you play East. They've got a lot of big dudes. So this isn't necessarily new for the Stars. I will say, I don't know that I've seen a team in Alaska as big, visibly as big as this Star Valley Braves team. How Soldotna handles that size is going to play a huge factor in this game. And you mentioned the quarterback situation for the Stars. It is not ideal, Nick, to be playing a team like Star Valley with a quarterback that frankly hasn't had a lot of reps in a spot like this. So how the backup quarterback for the Stars handles this pressured situation, especially early in the game. Clean with the football, clean with the snap count, no drop snaps, no fumbled snaps, no miscues on the handoffs. Just getting off to a good start and kind of finding his footing in the game is going to be key for the Stars.
Soldotna won the coin toss. They deferred to the second half, so they will kick off to start things. So Soldotna wearing their home Navy uniforms with the white letters and the white numbers on the front and the back and the white helmets. Star Valley, the visiting team, coming 3,000 miles from Wyoming, Afton, Wyoming, wearing all white uniforms with yellow and maroon red trim and those red helmets.
Some old school Washington Redskin vibes.
I was going to say, very Washington Redskins vibes. Quickly, Nolan, final prediction.
Gosh, 2 weeks ago, if you asked me this question, I would have leaned Soldotna. I think Soldotna, because of their unique offense they run, home field advantage, all those things, without the quarterback situation, I think that puts the Stars in a bit of a pickle. I'd have to go with Star Valley if forced to choose.
Everybody rides again kickoff. You need a job, or if you have a job and a small down payment, that's all you need. The Trevin Moore kickoff is a deep one all the way into the end zone, and under the sunlight, we get a touchback. That's the first touchback we've seen from the Stars. So Star Valley will start on their own 20-yard line. Here they come. Senior quarterback getting his first start as a QB under center. That is number 6, Ross Hilton, a 6'1", 170-pound quarterback. In the backfield beside him, it's running back Zach Delgado. And there's Travis Thompson, the 6'1" receiver on the near side. Thompson in motion from the near to the far side, takes the inside sweep, working his way to the edge, and he's blown up by Landon Foster.
Great start for the Stars there. Landon Foster making a huge tackle on a little shovel pass type play for the Braves. Stopping the run is going to be key, Nick. If Soldotna can stop the run and not have to put 8, 9 men in the box, they're going to be able to better handle those perimeter threats from the Braves. If Star Valley gets a running game going, Nick.
Landon Foster had 5 tackles last week against West Valley. Here he goes starting it. Now it's 2nd down and 15. Snap is low. Having to move outside the pocket. Hilton to the near side completes a pass to Travis Thompson, and he'll take a shot from Ethan Cooper, who knocks him out of bounds on the near side. But that's a pickup of 11 yards, and it'll set up a much more manageable 3rd down for Star Valley. Ethan Cooper able to get in and prevent the 6'1" wide receiver from getting the first down. 3rd down and 3. Star Valley in the white playing right to left. They come out of their huddle. 3 wide receivers bunched to the far side. Hilton in the shotgun takes a low snap. It's on the turf. He's going to have to try and run with it. In the backfield, he's knocked down and taken out. Chase Hall and Landon Foster get to him first, and that's going to make it a punt on the first drive, a 3-and-out for Star Valley.
I think just as importantly, the Stars were in the Star Valley backfield all 3 plays. If they can get penetration, if they can push the line of scrimmage back consistently in this game, obviously that's going to benefit the hometown team.
Back to receive the punt for the Soldotna Stars. Dane Carter on his own 44-yard line. Out to kick it away is Jake Norman for the Star Valley Braves. Norman's punt. It's a low liner. It's going to come up off a hop. Carter takes it off one bounce, works his way to the near side at the 50-yard line, runs into a sea of white jerseys, and takes a huge hit from Crew Lancaster, but a return of almost 20 yards. Yeah, exactly 20 yards for Dane Carter. That's a great start. Stars are going to start in enemy territory on this drive.
Yeah, great return from Dane Carter, and he did take a hit, but, man, he bounced right back up. I think he's so hyped up, I don't think he even felt that one.
So here we go. Soldotna on the ball. The relatively untested senior quarterback, Andrew Fielden, who performed admirably last week, although we did only have one
pass. That's the saving
attempt.
grace, Nick, is he is a senior.
Yeah.
So he's been in the program for 3 years.
Here's the snap. It's a Chase Hall run, and he is grabbed at the line of scrimmage and tackled by the big man, Tommy Beck, a 275-pound, 6'3" senior nose tackle. That'll
Nick,
get it done.
You're going to be saying tackled by the big man a lot today. There's a lot of big mans out there for the Braves.
First carry for Chase Hall goes for 0 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for Soldotna. Now the advantage here is that even if you end up having to punt it away, you pin them back. Here's the snap. Stumbling is Fielden. Here's Richards, turns up the corner as he works his way to the outside, lays a lick, but is pushed out of bounds by Lincoln Brown. Still no gain on the carry. 2 plays, no yards for the Stars.
On the play, it'll be 3rd down.
This is not the down and distance that Soldotna is used to being in. They're known for the long runs, but they're great at getting 4 or 5 yards every carry as well. These kind of more obvious passing situations. You wonder if they're in 4-down territory, though, here early in the game. Maybe they do set up a 4th down play with a rush here on 3rd and long.
And I think we have an injured player, or at least maybe a wardrobe malfunction. Crew Morgan, the senior linebacker, has his helmet off, and he's got to come off the field. And we have a Soldotna Star that is injured down on the sideline. That is Gunnar Lervig. So I believe that's why we have a brief pause here. We won't have to stop the game for, well, it looks like, I don't know if it's an injury timeout. I didn't see a clear signal from a referee of any kind of a official timeout from a sideline.
Doc Larson on the sideline for the Stars. Looks like he's checking out Lervig's left knee, which is never a great sign.
Well, Soldotna, their first 2 plays stopped at the line of scrimmage. And the question here, I think, becomes one of, can the Stars continue their physical dominance in the trenches? And they're facing an offensive line that is about 10 pounds heavier than them on average. 3rd and 10 for Soldotna. They make their way back out onto the field in the power T formation. Fielden under center, Stars in the blue playing left to right. And now we get a whistle and another stoppage of play.
Now they're stopping play for the injury.
And we will resume.
Lervig's pretty walking very gingerly on that left knee.
Fielden with his entire offensive line standing up, still waiting for the officials to allow play to resume. 10 minutes and 22 seconds to play in the first quarter. No score on the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard. I think the Star Valley team wants to make a substitution, and there's some question of whether or not they are able to make that substitution, considering the delay we had officially, and they are going to let them send another player on. That is number 83, Trenton Nelson, a junior. They were a man short. That's what it is. So they were about to send 10 men out there defensively, which would have been advantage Soldotna. 3rd and 10, here we go. Fielden under center, and goes with the hard count. That's going to get 5 free yards for Soldotna. It was the end over there. Number 51, Bryce Erickson, the senior, who jumped. And that's mental mistakes will cost you.
Yeah, a little excited, but that sets up a great 3rd down opportunity here for the Stars. You get from 3rd and long to a much more manageable 3rd and 5.
Now, Nolan, if you don't make it, let's say you go 0 yards on this, do you punt it away and try and pin Star Valley back in their own end, or do you try and just continue the drive and go for it?
I mean, having watched a lot of Stars football over the years, I know Coach Brantley would want to go for it. How confident he is against this defensive line from the Braves is another story.
And off, it's a pass, and it is deflected, and might be a fumble that is recovered. A pile leaping on the ball around the 48-yard line. Fielden was going to throw. He was looking for his tight end. And now we have a question of, did Fielden have his arm moving forward when the big guy who came on the field a moment ago, Trenton Nelson, knocked the ball out of his hand? Or was it jarred loose before he tried to start that pass? And they're going to call it a fumble recovered by Star Valley. Oh, wow, what a bad beat.
Yeah, tough call. It's hard to know if his hand was going forward at the point of contact or if the Star Valley Braves defender had hit his elbow before the motion was forward, which knocked the ball back.
Now we want to, I think what Coach Brantley here, we have a timeout. We're going to keep it right here and talk about this, because from my eye, and we're up here a bit, it looked like his arm was moving forward when that ball came out.
The question is, though, did the Star Valley player touch the football? Because he hit the quarterback's arm. The pass was backwards. So if the ball was not tipped by the defender, it's a backwards pass, which is a fumble.
Right.
That might be the call here.
Either way, it is now 1st and 10 for Star Valley. The referees confer, and we are going to get a change in possession. First turnover of the game is the Soldotna Stars, and they had a great opportunity right there, getting a short field after forcing a 3-and-out, and now the defense has to get back out and do its job. Star Valley back on the field. They're going to start this drive about 25 yards further ahead than they did their last. The turnover works out in terms of field position. Hilton back in the shotgun, one wide receiver set. Now moving across the field, Travis Thompson, low snap. Thompson does get the handoff, and he is hit hard at the line of scrimmage. Knocked down, I believe that was Eli Richards leading the way. Carter Hillier is actually going to be the guy who made the tackle.
The Stars continue to live in the Star Valley backfield. The defensive pressure from the Stars has been fantastic here early in the first quarter.
They do give Thompson a yard on that carry. So 2nd down and 9 from the Star Valley 43. Ball on the far hash. Hilton under center, hands it off. A run right up the gut goes absolutely nowhere. The big boys do their job up front. Kota Lapule gets his first tackle of the game. So now 3rd down and 9. Well, they will maybe 8.5 after they move that ball forward just a skosh. It's up to the 44-yard line of the Braves. All right, so here we go. Opening salvos. 3 bunch of wide receivers to the near side. Hilton in the gun takes a snap, throws it out to the flat. Breaking one tackle is 15, Gabe Delgado, but he doesn't get much farther than that. Hit hard by Phoenix Goolsby, who comes all the way from the defensive line to make the tackle near the sideline.
Yeah, it was a great play by the Stars cornerback, too, forcing the receiver to cut back inside where the pursuit was coming from. And, man, did the Stars rally to the football.
And it was a screen pass, and breaking it up early was have to see who exactly. I got to go back and check the stats, but one of the Stars DBs really interrupted that. Back to punt is Carson Clapp. Oh, and the punt takes a very, very big Star Valley bounce. It rolls about 15 yards, and it is going to come to a rest on the Soldotna 1-yard line. We'll take a 30-second break. No score in the first quarter. 8:22 to play. Stars have 99 yards to go on ESPN Radio.
Back-to-school shopping starts at Sweeney's Clothing in
Just the one.
Soldotna. Get the whole family ready with the brands you know. Got it. Including Pendleton, Carhartt, Wrangler, Levi's, Ariat, Extra Tough, Red Wing, Sorel, Helly Hansen, and more. From everyday school clothes to tough workwear, boots, and outerwear, Sweeney's has what your family needs for the whole year. Plus, check out the warehouse sale going on now. Sweeney's Clothing, Kenai-Spur Highway in Soldotna. Sweeney's, the workwear and outerwear headquarters for the whole family.
Stars get on the ball very quickly, starting on their own 1-yard line, and it is Chase Hall who runs it up the gut for 9 yards, but Eli Richards sold that with a fake.
Well, you saw multiple Star Valley defenders tackling Eli Richards. Eli Richards doesn't have the football, and that's the conundrum that this Power T offense that the Stars have perfected over the years puts defenses in. Where is the football? That's the question for Star Valley for 4 quarters.
Stars line up again, now out to their 9 or 10-yard line, quickly getting the snap off. Hall again in the open at the 20. He's got one man to beat. It's Landon Peterson. Peterson trips him up after the 50-yard line. A 41-yard run by Chase Hall. And if not for the senior over there, Peterson, the 6'3" free safety, that one goes to the house.
If nothing else, Soldotna's flip field position here. There's a great punt from the Star Valley Braves, pinning the Stars all the way back inside their own 1-yard line. 2 plays, and Soldotna's right back where they started their previous possession, inside Braves territory at the 45.
1st and 10 from the Star Valley 45. Ball on the far hash, 7 minutes and 15 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Still no score. Field and under center, 3 running backs. Quick handoff, this one to Richards. He powers his way into the second level and then is pushed back by about 4 white jerseys, but he gets 5 yards on the carry, and that'll set up 2nd down, and we'll call it 6. They walk off 4 yards. First carry of the day for Richards. Although he had a fake earlier that was basically
not the first time he's been tackled.
Yeah.
The fake was pulled off so well by the Stars.
2nd and 6, Stars line up. Now near midfield at the 40-yard line. Quick snap, and it's Cooper who gets the ball and goes nowhere. And I was faked out.
You were faked out,
That was
Nick.
actually Hall again. Took it right up the gut, and he picks up 4 yards to make it 3rd down and 2. Ethan Cooper sold me as hard on that fake as he did everybody else on the defensive side of the ball. And the other thing is that when these players are selling these fakes, when they're hit, they don't go, oh, I don't have it. They actually fight as if they still have the football. 3rd and 2, ball handed off. Nope, Fielden's going to keep it himself, and he'll be blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Crew Morgan, the 6-foot linebacker, comes flying off the edge. He was not fooled.
So this is the first big moment here for Coach Brantley in terms of decision-making. With a 4th down and manageable in Braves territory. Are you going to play the field position game, or are you going to be aggressive here and keep the offense on the field?
So a loss of 3 on the play sets up a 3rd and 5. Fielden losing 3 on the keeper. Stars going for it. 4th down. Hard count.
Trying to draw them off sides.
Nobody jumping. Braves showing blitz, and now we get a timeout called. Stars will try and dial something else up. No score in the first quarter. 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go. The clash of titans, number 1 from Wyoming, number 1 from Alaska. We'll be back after the break on ESPN Radio. Just 30, please.
Something that's not always top of mind, but still really got it. Life insurance. Because it offers financial protection for your loved ones and can help them pay for things like a mortgage, credit card debt, and even your children's education. Plus, life insurance is probably a lot more affordable than you think. And with State Farm, your local agent can help you understand your options and choose coverage that fits your needs and budget.
Hi, this is Christy Babcock, your local State Farm agent, still in Kenai, and now also at the Soldotna Y.
The Soldotna drive right now is 5 plays for 60 yards. They started on their own 1. A 41-yard run by Chase Hall took them into Braves territory. Now facing a 4th and 4 from the Star Valley 39-yard line. Coming out of the timeout, pass play. Oh, and it's right to the linebacker, picked off. Travis Thompson working his way to the near side. He's got blockers, and he's going to take it to the house. A pick 6, a 70-yard return. And the Stars trying to go with a little tight end pop off the edge, and that pass high, and it goes right to Thompson. And Star Valley jumps out in front.
That was the concern coming into the game. You've got a backup quarterback, a quarterback that hasn't had a lot of experience, at least not when the game was in contention. And it's an interesting call, a high leverage situation to kind of put it on the quarterback's arm there on 4th down.
I think that may have been a calculated risk. The extra point up and good.
Extra point is good. Star Valley.
Now the kicker out there has 88 on his jersey. I don't have an 88 on their roster. Maybe 99 Carson Clapp. Either way, Star Valley leads 7-0 on the pick 6 by strong safety Travis Thompson. Back in 30 seconds with the Everybody Rides Again kickoff on ESPN Radio.
Officers of Beeman's talking with Steve. Office supplies galore. You're going to find that inside Beeman's.
You are, Matt. So we have calendars for your home available. Office ones will be arriving soon. We make custom stamps. We have folders and file holders, copy paper up to 11 by 17, label and receipt books and column pads, and assorted legal documents.
You'll find that all waiting for you downstairs at Beeman's on the Kenai Express Highway in Soldotna.
Star Valley scoring drive brought to you by Kenai Peninsula Driving Instruction, driver training, licensing, tags, titles, and more at Kenai Peninsula Driving. 907-690-3783. Out for the Everybody Rides Again kickoff. Owen Brown will be kicking right to left for Star Valley. Has the ball spotted right at the 40-yard line at midfield. Your job at a small down payment is all you need to get into a used vehicle. A couple Stars back to receive. A high end-over-end kick will be taken from the 20-yard line by Keegan Myrick. Myrick a chance to shine. Picks up about 7 yards on the return. And the Stars will start their next drive, this time in their own end of the field from their own 30-yard line. 10-yard return. Well, how did the Stars respond? I think
we talked about turnovers being a huge storyline in this game, and the need for Soldotna to win that turnover battle. You know, you've had 3 possessions, you've turned the ball over twice. The Stars can ill afford to continue to be a little loose with the football, Nick.
First play is a handoff up the gut. Chase Hall bullying his way forward, and the Star Valley players are saying they've recovered a fumble, but I don't think they're going to win that argument. Stars will be given 3 yards, 2 yards on the carry by Hall. Already 5 carries in the first quarter for Chase Hall. 2nd down and 8 from the Sohi 32. 4 minutes and 40 seconds to play. 7-0 is the Star Valley lead on the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard. Ashton Bauer coming onto the field for Sohi. Stars line up. Snap and a handoff is to Ethan Cooper, and he is blown up in the backfield. Bryce Erickson, the senior defensive lineman, came through almost unimpeded, and it's going to be a loss of 4 yards for Soldotna, and it'll make it a 3rd and long.
These are the situations the Stars don't want to be in, especially with an inexperienced quarterback. These kind of clear passing situations.
So Soldotna gets a substitution as the tight end Scott Bieber comes onto the field with the play. Clock continues to run. And if the Stars have to punt it away here, it becomes a question of defense, which has been very solid for them. They've not yielded a single first down. A snap and a handoff. Hall will take it up the middle. He's through, and now he's got the first down and give him 10 extra.
That's the amazing thing about Stars football, Nick, is even when it is 3rd and long, the run is still a viable option. And Chase Hall there with a huge first down, just to give the Stars a little bit of momentum on the heels of that pick 6, possess the ball, get a first down, build some confidence, especially in that inexperienced quarterback. You know, any big play early in the game is going to get him feeling better about the job he's doing.
22 yards for Chase Hall. Stars 1st and 10 from their own 49. Now a late handoff here to the near side. Eli Richards picks up 10 yards up the gut, and another Sohi first down. They're vibing now. They're starting to feel it a little bit. Give 11 on the carry, make it 12 to Richards, by far his longest carry of the game. He's got 2 touches. And Soldotna now has the Braves on their heels as they punch it all the way to the 39. Back on the ball. Hall takes it. He moves through the defensive line and powers his way forward, gaining 6.5 yards, maybe 7. We'll call it 6 to set up a 2nd and 4. Stars all the way down to the Star Valley 33.
23-yard line.
And who gets the ball next? 2nd down and 4. Midfield. Fielden tries to draw the defense off. Nobody. Hands it off. Richards stays on his feet and picks up an extra 4 or 5 yards, and I think he's got enough for a first down. He does.
First down, Sohi.
6 yards on the pickup.
You know, it's always hard, Nick, to find the football when you're playing defense against the Soldotna Stars, but the quarterback, Fielding, he's listed at 5'8", 130. You can't even see the quarterback behind this big offensive line. It's going to be a huge challenge for the Braves all day long if the Stars keep mixing up who gets the carries and where.
2 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the first quarter. Taking a look at the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard. The Braves on top on the back of a 70-yard interception return for a touchdown. 1st and 10 for Soldotna. Snap and a handoff. Hall weaving his way through traffic at the next level. He's got a first down, and he powers his way down to the 11-yard line. That's good enough for 19 yards. Sohi driving. Give Hall 19 on that pickup. He's getting his load here, his load of work in the first quarter. Stars down into the Summit Equipment Services red zone, lining up on the ball very quick. Now they come out in a different formation. 2 running backs to the left side. Hall gets it right off the tackle, and he's tripped up after a short gain of about 3, maybe 4 yards, and it'll make it 2nd down and 6.
We'll see if the Stars can punch it in here in the red zone, but you got to give Soldotna a lot of credit bouncing back from that little bit of adversity. We talked about that in the pregame show, Nick. Championship teams figure out ways to win even when things aren't going well. They throw the pick 6, and on the very next possession, they march the ball right back down the other way, and here they are in the red zone with a chance to score.
2nd down and 7 from the Star Valley 9. Handoff. Richards picks up a couple down to the 5. And this is definitely 4-down territory for Soldotna. 4 yards on the carry by Eli Richards, who now sits at, well, 10, 28 yards. And an injured player on the
That's Scotty
Sohi
Bieber.
field. Clock stops with just under a minute to play, and Bieber will be checked out. We'll step aside. Stars on the doorstep, knocking, trying to tie this thing up. At 7 apiece, it's 7-0 Star Valley on ESPN Radio.
Looking for the toughest trailers and equipment on the Kenai? Head to White Spruce Trailer Sales on K Beach Road, your local dealer for TYM tractors. That's right, they have just 30.
No, play one more after that.
Okay. From sales to service, they've got the parts you need to keep your equipment running strong all year long. Speaking of service, White Spruce offers a full-service shop with special discounts for commercial companies because supporting local businesses matter.
Gentle Dental in Soldotna continues to invest in the latest dental technology. Their new 3D scanning system makes Invisalign treatment, root canals, extractions, and future of dental implants more precise and predictable than ever before. They've also refreshed their office to create an even more comfortable experience for every patient. Whether it's time for a checkup or a new smile, Gentle Dental is ready to help. Call Gentle Dental in Soldotna today at 907-262-8834 to schedule an appointment.
What a response by the Soldotna Stars. After giving up the pick 6, they now have a drive that has gone 65 yards down to the Star Valley 5-yard line. They face a 3rd and 3. Run the ball very quickly. Eli Richards fakes, and the ball ends up with Chase Hall who goes nowhere, maybe loses a yard. And now the Stars face a very difficult decision. Do they go for this on a 4th and 5, or do they send the kicking team out? Trevin Moore, more than capable of making this kick. And it looks like they are going to send the kicking team out. So they'll be held to a field goal attempt, but coming away with points potentially. Clock ticking down. Under 30 seconds to play in the first quarter. 4th down. The Star Valley defense bends but does not break. 15 seconds to go, and the Soldotna kicking team is going to have to try and get this one away. Low snap. Trevin Moore's kick is up and good, and the Soldotna Stars are on the board. It's 7-3, Star Valley in the first quarter. And we've got ourselves a dogfight, Nolan. Scoring drive brought to you by Kenai Peninsula Driving Instruction, driver training, licensing, tags, titles, and more at KPDI, 907-690-3783.
Nick, I don't think anyone had Star Valley not having a first down at the end of the first quarter on their bingo card. So other than the turnovers, this game is playing out exactly how you would like it to play out for the Stars. They're controlling the line of scrimmage on both ends, offensively and defensively. The 2 possessions Star Valley had, the Stars' defensive line was living in the backfield. They're moving the ball, which Star Valley has not shown any ability to do yet. So despite being down, I think if you're the Stars, you kind of like what you're seeing.
Right, you turn the ball over twice, and you don't give up a first down. You're only down 4 points as you go to the end of the first quarter. There's 4 seconds on the clock. Trevin Moore out for the Everybody Rides Again kickoff. No credit, bad credit, no problem. All you need is your job at a small down payment. Kickoff left to right. Another deep one at the goal line, taken by Harvey Balls. No, that is Travis Thompson. He's through, up the far sideline, gets a block. He's all the way out to midfield, and he'll be pulled down after a 49-yard kick return. And it was the senior Chase Hall who made the tackle, and that takes us to the end of the first quarter. 7-3 are the Braves on top, and they have a short field to work with when we come back on ESPN Radio.
Don't settle for partial care.
60.
At Central Peninsula Hospital, you get access to specialty clinics, the Bone and Joint Center, Kenai Spine and Pain, and foot and ankle specialists. From sprains to spine surgery, our team offers imaging, therapy, and surgery without leaving the Kenai. No travel, no outsourcing, just complete care close to home. Visit cpgh.org/orthopedics or call 907-714-4404.
Thinking about a new place to land here on the Kenai Peninsula? At Ashton Krause Real Estate, we believe real estate should feel clear, calm, and personal from the very first conversation. Whether you're buying your first home, moving across town, or preparing to sell, we guide every step with knowledge and genuine care. Ashton Krause Real Estate at Jack White Real Estate, guiding you home with care.
We swap sides of the field, and we'll start the second quarter. Star Valley leading Soldotna 7-3 on the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard. Once again, it's the quarterback Ross Hilton back in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers set. 2 wide and 2 slot receivers on each side. He drops back. He's got Goolsby, dumps one over the top, and it falls incomplete. A dangerous pass. Landon Foster was in the area.
That ball was in the air forever. Multiple Star defenders converging on the intended receiver.
It goes in the book as an incomplete pass, but credit the big man, Phoenix Goolsby, the 250-pound, 6'2" senior defensive lineman, for breaking up that play, because he had a whole bunch of blue in the grill, if you will, of Ross Hilton. 2nd and 10 for the Braves. They're going to pass again. Throw to the near side is complete.
Yeah, it's complete.
To Roman Erickson. That is his first touch today. And he wants something extra because he was drawn with the official there for just a moment.
That was a dart from the quarterback.
9-yard pickup. It'll set up a 2nd down and short for Star Valley. Have not had any success on the ground on their first 2 drives. 0 yards rushing, in fact, probably negative yardage. The center is Creedon Collard. Gets on the ball, and they line up in an I formation. You know this one's going on a dive. Here it is. Number 1 will pick up the first down. Crew Lancaster dives forward for about 5 yards, and a Braves first down, their first of the game. Coach Brantley upset about something.
Ball's placed at the 37, 5-yard gain.
So a 1st and 10 for Star Valley from the Sohi 37-yard line. Down to 11 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the first half. Each team has scored once, but it's Star Valley on top, 7-3. Hilton in the gun, 2 wide receivers, ball on the near hash. Playing left to right in the second quarter, running back motions around to the other side. Looking deep over the top for Erickson, makes the catch and he's in. Oh, and a flag down though in the backfield. This is in the neighborhood of what could either be a hold or roughing the passer. It is a roughing the passer call. So the touchdown will stand, and that was the question before the game, was can the Sohi secondary do anything about
you got Roman Erickson
receivers?
At 6'3", 200. You know, he's being covered by Dane Carter at 5'11", 160. I mean, it's a significant size advantage on the perimeter for the Braves. I mean, they have size advantages all across the field. But so far, that's where it's showing up the most, is on the edges.
So Soldotna trails by 10. Owen Brown out for the point after attempt for Star Valley. Kick is up and good, and it's 14-3. Stars trail by 11, and Star Valley gets it done through the air. A 37-yard touchdown strike from the senior QB Ross Hilton to his big wide receiver Roman Erickson. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the Everybody Rides Again kickoff on ESPN Radio.
This is Mark from Steam on Wheels. Wanted to talk to you about the Greer Poly tanks that we are now stocking. We've got tank sizes from 1,000 gallon, 1,250, 1,500 gallons. What sets them apart from the competition is that they have up to a 10-foot bury depth. Sometimes you need a tank that can withstand more than 4 feet, and these are where these Poly tanks really shine. We do have tanks in stock. As a customer, you can come by and pick them up, a contractor as well. Please give us a call at Steam on Wheels, 907-262-3240.
The Stars would like to thank Dr. Larson.
Owen Brown out for the Everybody Rides Again kickoff, and the penalty yardage for the roughing the passer call is going to be assessed on the kickoff, which is the prerogative of the team who received the penalty yardage, and so they're going to kick this from the Sohi 45-yard line.
This should be a touchback, Nick.
Yeah. Back to receive Dane Carter and Ethan Cooper on their own 5-yard line. Or, you know, potentially if you pop this one high in the air, your kicking team gets there in time to maybe pin the Stars back deep. Here's the Everybody Rides Again kickoff. A line drive, and it'll go straight out of the back of the end zone. Soldotna will take over on their own 20-yard line, trailing 14-3. And needing some points here in the first half. A 15-game win streak on the line for Soldotna, an even longer one on the line for Star Valley, who has proved that Ross Hilton, their 6'1" QB, can throw the football.
Yeah, for his first start, he looks very calm. Delivered 2 beautiful passes in that last possession. And he just looks very confident under center for the Braves.
Stars motion a man to the near side. Handoff is to Chase Hall. He's got a seam. Works his way up the middle. Has a first down and then some. A 25-yard run on the first play of the drive by Chase Hall. I tell you what, there is a guy on this field right now for Sohi that is certainly putting the team on his back, Nolan, and his name is Chase Hall. Chase Hall had 9 carries in the first quarter, and his 10th goes for 25 yards. He has 2 carries for 25 yards or more already in the game. Stars 1st and 10. Now motioning is Eli Richards, and they're going to get a false start. They had 2 guys on the far side. Lervig, one of them jumped, and the tackle, they both went early.
Legal procedure called against the
So that'll back them up 5 yards, and they'll go from their own 46 back to their own 41.
Ball spotted at the 41.
First down and 15.
I know those kind of unforced errors drive Coach Brantley crazy.
It was the 2 juniors, Lervig and Blake Cecil, who jumped early over there. And now the Stars have a longer first down. Here's Fielden back under center. Motioning again is Richards to the far side. Same play. Hall takes the handoff up the gut. He'll get 6 yards. And I like what I see here from Coach Brantley. This little motion by the halfback is drawing a linebacker out of position, which is creating just a little bit of space at that second level. And in both of those cases now, we've seen Chase Hall has been able to get there, and with 1 fewer body, he's getting more room to work with. 7 yards on the carry.
It does seem like the Braves are keen on Eli Richards more than they are Hall here early in the first half.
2nd down and 8. From the Soldotna 47. Now back to the power T. Hand off to Richards. Off the outside edge. Picks up about 3 into Braves territory. It'll be a 3rd and mid for Soldotna.
Richards hasn't had near the running room as Hall. You wonder if the Stars call Hall's number again here on 3rd down.
Last carry by Richards.
So now at the Star Valley 49, 3rd and 6. Keeper, a handoff up the middle. Chase Hall once again getting it done, 8 yards, and that's enough for a Sohi first down.
One thing I know about Coach Brantley and the Stars over the years, if they find something that's working, they'll run the same play or the same play from different alignments over and over and over again. Maybe they mix in a motion, but they are not afraid to go to the well when they find something that's working.
Timeout on the field. Stars trail 14-3 with 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. Back in 30 seconds right here on ESPN Radio.
Got automotive experience? Then why is it just sitting around collecting dust? Put that experience to work at Dan's Automotive. They're looking for a service writer to join their team. If you know the automotive business, know how to work with customers, and want to be part of a great local shop, this could be your opportunity. Dan's Automotive is on the Sterling Highway next to Napa Auto Parts in Soldotna. Call 907-420-0416 today. Experience pays at Dan's Automotive.
Coming out of the timeout, Stars 1st and 10 from the Star Valley 42. Chase Hall, 12 carries for 143 yards.
Is that good?
And we still have 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. Stars on the Braves 42. Power T, no motion. Fielden gives it to Richards, bounces off 1 tackle at the line of scrimmage, working his way to the outside and falls forward. They'll give him a yard on the carry, 2nd down and 9. Richards has gotten his share of carries as well. Ethan Cooper, the other halfback, has 1 carry for just a negative 4 yards. But Richards in the first quarter had 28 yards. He now sits at 32 on 6 carries. 2nd down and 9 for Soldotna. Looks like maybe 8. Midfield, handoff is to Cooper. He dives ahead, gets into that linebacker core. And that run good enough for 4 yards. It'll be 3rd down, and 4 for the Soldotna Stars.
4 yards to go. Ball at the
Stars driving. Drive punctuated by big carries on 3rd down. Chase Hall converting on a 3rd and 7, picked up 27 yards. Then on another 3rd and 7, he picks up 8. First down, Soldotna, or 3rd down, Soldotna. Handoff is to Cooper. No, it's Hall. He's carrying Braves with him across the line to gain. And have yourself an afternoon, Chase Hall. That's another first down and a pickup of 5 for the Sohi senior. Now 148 yards. Lervig comes off the field. Scott Bieber, who was injured earlier, comes back into the game. Chase Hall this season sitting on 292 yards of offense. 1st and 10, Soldotna. Eli Richards carry to the outside. Mid-range pickup down to the Star Valley 26-yard line. Give him 4 yards. So Soldotna doing that thing they do where they just kill you with 3.5-yard pickups at a time. Here comes McCade Moore. He'll take over at tight end for, you think he might be into the backfield. Several substitutions. Lervig back in. Keegan Myrick, the junior, comes out. Stars 2nd down and 6. Trailing 14-3, under 7 minutes to play in the first half. But they're into Braves territory. Quick snap and a handoff. Richards to the outside. Off the tackle. Fighting for a couple extra yards. He picks up 4, maybe 5. And it'll be close to a first down, but they'll have a few to go. And Sohi has a player who's banged up on the field, and I think that is one they don't want to see down on the field. I believe that is Hall who's banged up on the field there, Nolan, and that's not good. It's the Guardian cap, and there's only one guy who wears that Guardian cap in the backfield for Soldotna. All looking to be in some considerable discomfort. Didn't even have the carry that time. It was Richards who picked up 4 yards. And the training staff out there evaluating Hall's left ankle. We'll step aside. Hall looking to be in considerable discomfort, which would be a huge blow to Soldotna. We'll step aside. Come back right here on ESPN Radio.
Fall is just around the corner. Are you ready for your next chapter? At Kenai Peninsula College, we're ready for you. Registration for the fall semester is now open, offering
just keep playing them until I tell you to bring it back.
Big news.
Got it.
Is now open. You can once again experience full campus life, build lifelong friendships, and live where you learn while taking classes at KPC or any UA campus. Don't wait. Secure your classes in your room today at kpc.alaska.edu. Find your place at KPC.
Probably so they couldn't pick him out. Yeah.
Looking for the toughest trailers and equipment on the Kenai? Head to White's Fruits Trailer Sale, Cave Beach Road. Your local dealer for TYM tractors. That's right. They have TYM tractors and implements. Anything from TYM pallet fork, box blades, snow removal, and coming up to work as hard as you do. From sales to service, they've got the parts you need to keep your equipment running strong all year long. Speaking of service, White Spruce offers a full-service shop with special discounts for commercial companies because supporting local businesses matter.
Injured player was not Chase Hall. It was the the right tackle. That is Blake Cecil. And Cecil's going to make his way off the field with the assistance of a referee and one of the the Revolution Sport and Spine staff. And what are we pointing out here?
Chase Hall's getting worked on as well on the sideline. Doc Larson looks like he's looking at his right shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
He's got the shoulder pads off right now. So the Stars have taken some bumps and bruises here in the first half. Coming into the game with some injury concerns, and then you're adding to it. You wonder how many players the Stars can lose and still maintain a level of effectiveness.
They've already lost several
against
starters.
a team like this.
Yeah, Zach Kemp done for the season. Matthew Innes done for the season. Third-string quarterback Paxton Burtonshaw, I'm not sure how long he's going to be out, but he's also injured. Chase Hall on the sideline being evaluated. 3rd down and 3. Soldotna Star send a man in motion. That's Cooper, and the handoff is to McCade Moore. He'll punch his way forward. That should be enough for a Sohi 1st down. McCade Moore coming in and getting some work. And his first carry of the day goes for 4 yards, which is enough for the 1st down. Chase Hall sitting on 148 yards of offense. Sohi down into the Summit Equipment Services red zone. That's contractors helping contractors get back on the job. 907-308-2901. 1st and 10 Soldotna from the Star Valley 19. 6:25 to play. Offense moving to the near side. A pass is deflected backward. And that play blown up in the backfield by Kai Frazier, the 6'5", 230-pound defensive end. And that was advantage size.
Every time the Stars have tried to mix in a pass, it has been dangerous territory for the Stars quarterback.
Soldotna trailing 14-3. Star Valley scoring their first points on a 70-yard interception return. And their second score, a 37-yard touchdown pass from quarterback Ross Hilton to Roman Erickson, the tall wide receiver. Stars, though, dominating time of possession. 2nd and 10 from the 19. Handoff is to Cade Moore. He's up the gut at the 5, lays a hit, and he is stopped there by the safety. Travis Thompson putting the strong safety on that tackle. But it's a pickup of 14 for McCade Moore.
Goal for the Stars.
So Soldotna 1st and goal from the Star Valley 6. Stars needing to find the end zone. Hall on the sideline. Looks like it's that shoulder that's giving him a problem. Eli Richards takes the carry off the outside edge, gets 2 yards. We'll put the Stars down to the 4-yard line. Give him 3 on that. No, 2.
2-yard gain on the play.
So for this Stars team, Nolan, it seems like it's a matter of who's up next. McCade Moore coming in to replace the senior Chase Hall.
5-yard line.
And Moore has 2 carries for 18 yards. Stars knocking on the door for the 2nd time this afternoon. 5 minutes and 25 seconds. A touchdown here puts them back within a score. Power T. Here's Richards, takes it off the edge, dives forward, and he's in for a Sohi touchdown. Eli Richards, a 4-yard score. And Soldotna goes 80 yards on a very lengthy drive, and that's exactly what they needed to do.
The Stars have responded to both Star Valley touchdowns. Field goal on the heels of the first touchdown for the Braves, which was that pick 6 interception return for a touchdown. And then after that long pass from Hilton, the Stars march right back down the field, score their first touchdown of the game.
And now the question is, will we see a point after
on the field
is up and good, but we're going to get illegal motion on the Stars, a false start. And they'll back up and have to kick this again. Right now, 14-9. Trevin Moore has 1 made field goal already in the game. He's 9 for 12 on point after attempts this year, and he was 1 for 2 on field goals. So now make it 2 of 3. And the referee continuing to signal the false start. He showed everybody that false start probably 2 or 3 times. Just wanted to make sure everybody knew.
His arms ought to be getting tired by now. He's doing it again. We get it. It's a false start.
We're well aware at this point. 5:17 on the clock. Trevin Moore now will kick it from the 15-yard line. Extra point is up and good, and it's 14-10. Soldotna answers with a dominating drive, but the field is thinned. It doesn't look like Chase Hall is going to come back. That scoring drive brought to you by KPDI, Kenai Peninsula Driving Instruction. Get your commercial driver's license, 907-690-3783. We'll keep it right here. Hall, Nolan on the sideline, still with the pads off and being evaluated by the Revolution Sport and Spine staff as well as Doc Larson. And it looks like he's going to leave the field.
To thank Dr. Walden and
not what the Stars want to see, but they managed to score without him on the field. McCade Moore took over at the fullback spot and did a decent job.
Sponsors of Sohi football.
Stars are going to kick this one off.
Trevin Moore to kick off for
and the Braves will have 5 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the second quarter to try and get in the end zone again. This is a big drive for Soldotna's defense, right? Can you, clearly the Braves have already figured out, let's try and hit our weapons on the outside. Does Soldotna respond? And if they do, try and keep those edges secure downfield. Does that open up the running game? Trevin Moore out for the Everybody Rides Again kickoff, kicking right to left. Stars in the all blue with the white letters. Moore from the 45, kick is up toward midfield. It's going to be caught by Gabe Delgado at his own 14-yard line. Picking his way to the far side is twisted near the sideline. A flag comes in. It's a return of about 16 yards.
Look, that might have been a holding against the Braves.
If it is a hold, that would back them up 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Flag is at the 40-yard line, but the run ended at the Star Valley 31. Right now, they looks like they have it down at the 35. And this will be a first down. It's a penalty against Soldotna.
Penalty called against the Stars. Excuse me.
Oh, nope, they flip it around. The referee, Sarge Truesdale, facing the wrong way. That's our guy, Sarge, down there. And they'll walk off 5 yards, and that'll back the Braves up to the 25-yard line. That's where this drive will start. They got 75 yards to cover, and here we go on the near side. Those big wide receivers, 6'1" Travis Thompson, and the big guy Roman Erickson, 6'3". Snap, and it's a handoff to work into the far side. Zach Delgado smothered behind the line. Landon Foster, big tackle, and that's his second time today. He has sealed off the edge in an impressive way.
The Stars' defensive front hasn't had any issue getting into the Star Valley backfield. Star Valley still wants to establish some kind of rushing attack, but so far, every run play is getting stuffed to the line of scrimmage or even in the backfield. It's a passing game that's given the Stars from Soldotna a little bit of trouble.
Loss of two wide receivers set. Here goes Thompson in motion. Dropping back is Hill, throwing over the top, and he has a receiver wide open catch. Now past the midfield, laying a hit down. Kai Frazier, the tight end, all the way down to the Soldotna 10-yard line. That was probably one of the most physical plays I've seen this season.
It was another great throw from Hilton. Feathered that in there. And big number 84, he carried a Star defender probably 15 yards as the defender was trying as hard as he could to get him on the ground. But when you're giving up 50 pounds, Nick, it's not it's easy to say, hard to do.
Kai Frazier, 230 pounds, 6'5". It was McCade Moore that he gave a nasty stiff arm to, who's 5'10" and 165. You're given almost, well, what is that? Do the math for me. Almost 60 pounds and 7 inches. So first and 10 for the Braves from the Sohi 10. They'll run it up the gut, and they do get about 5 yards. Crew Lancaster, the 6'3" running back, falls forward. And for Soldotna, it's a question of can the defensive secondary hold? Now second down and 5. Braves moving very quickly. Another run up the gut. Picks up a couple yards and very close to a first down. The line to gain is on the Sohi 2-yard line. It'll set up third down and very short. Braves going no huddle, 3:30 to go. They lead 14-10, 3rd and 1. Pitch into the backfield. Lancaster, down to the goal line. Picks up 3 yards.
That was an interesting play call from the Braves. Hilton pitched that ball back to the running back and then turned into the lead blocker, the quarterback.
Yeah, that's gutsy. So it'll be first and goal for Star Valley, who the big play on this drive, the 68-yard completion to their behemoth of a tight end, Kai Frazier, who's just a junior, by the way. 6'5", 230.
The Stars are going to have to deal with him again next year down in Wyoming.
Exactly, because this game has a part 2, and that is next year in Afton. 2:45 and counting. Braves very quickly on the ball. Under center is Hilton. Pitches it back, and Lancaster will punch it in for a Star Valley touchdown. Lancaster, his 5th carry of the game, good enough to put the Star Valley Braves back up by 2 scores. Now 20-10, 2 minutes and 38 seconds to go in the first half. Now, here we go. Big question time for Soldotna. You don't have an offense that is traditionally designed to cover 80 yards in a span of 2.5 minutes. However, you get the ball back to start the third quarter. Do you have any wrinkles in your system that you can try and get the ball down the field a little quicker?
Well, they're not going to have Chase Hall. And he's really the only star rusher that has broken off significant gains.
Owen Brown, PAT, up and good, so that'll make it 21-10. Star Valley back up by 11. And we'll take a quick break. Back with the Everybody Rides Again kickoff in 30 seconds on ESPN Radio.
Stars would like to thank
Dam Construction and Roofing here on the Peninsula is your trusted roofing company. From shingle roofing and installation and repair to installation of EPDM roofing or even metal roofing installation and repair. Dam Construction and Roofing has you covered. Open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 24-hour emergency services available. Over 60 years of combined roofing experience. Drew is certified by Malarkey Roofing Products and can offer warranty on Malarkey Roofing products as well. Call them today, 907-262-3996.
Owen Brown to kick it off. Last time he had a 15-yard penalty against the Stars that helped him out. Kicked it from the 45 on the Soldotna side of the field. Now on his own 40. Back to receive for the Stars. We have Ethan Cooper and Dane Carter on their own 10-yard line. Your job at a small down payment, that's all it takes to get you into a used vehicle. On the big corner, Pompey and K Beach. Kick is going to go bouncing near the sideline. Cooper will grab it and get mobbed by a cascade of white jerseys. Only able to return it about 5 yards. That'll set Soldotna up with first down, but held back deep in their own end at their 16-yard line, and they've got 2:34 to go, 84 yards, Nolan.
Well, this is why they deferred. You know, the Stars won the coin toss. You defer for this type of situation where you have an opportunity to score at the end of the second quarter, late in the half, not giving Star Valley a chance to respond, and then you get the ball back to start the third quarter. But like you said, do the Stars have enough firepower, some of these injuries, to go 84 yards in just over 2 minutes?
Here's the snap, power T, handoff is right up the middle. Eli Richards off the outside edge, picks up maybe 4 or 5 yards. It'll set up a second down and 6.
And does Coach Brantley have enough confidence in the passing game? Each time the Stars have dropped back to pass, it's been the ball's been in jeopardy, whether it was an interception or the quarterback was getting hit as he throws. You know, none of the passing game for the Stars has really come to life so far.
You don't want to give Star Valley the ball back with 2 minutes to go. Here's a snap. Looked like a little early movement, and I think the flag is going to come in. Al Hall on the near side saw that. It was the tight end. I think that was Keegan Myrick that jumped early. So that'll back the Stars up and erase. And it looks like they gave Richards about 6 yards on that initial carry, make it 5. So that'll erase the 5-yard gain and make it a second down and 10 for Soldotna. Stars have a long way to go if they want to get a touchdown before halftime, and the clock's down under 2 minutes. We'll see what Coach Brantley decides to do. Fielding under center. Handoff is a run up the gut by the fullback, McCade Moore. And he's got 9 yards. It'll be third down and short. And you saw it again. Both halfbacks were tackled on that play aggressively, while McCade Moore was knifing his way up for 9 yards. So Moore has 3 carries in the second quarter since coming in to replace Chase Hall. And we'll see what the word is on Hall, who left the field and went back to the locker room with his shoulder pads off. Clock ticks down to 1:10. Late substitution coming on for Star Valley. Stars in the power T. Quick handoff. Looks like Richards trying to bully his way to the line of scrimmage on the far edge. Gets maybe a yard, which would make it 4th down.
Boy, what do you do here?
Yeah, this is a tough one. Depends on the spot, too. This might be close to a first down. This may need a measurement. Clock is still running, under 40
about half
seconds.
a yard short.
So Soldotna will try and run the clock
as much as they can here. I'm surprised Star Valley's not calling a timeout with the passing game they have.
They have 3 timeouts. Coach McKay Young hanging on to him. You can't take him with you into the second half.
Yeah, surprising. Very surprising.
Stars.
But to the Stars' benefit.
Now they break their huddle. Clock down to 15 seconds. And they'll run it. It's up the gut and near a first down.
I think he got it.
Carry was McCade Moore. And yeah, very close to that first down. Clock stopped at 8.8 seconds. And yeah, they'll signal first down Soldotna. So McCade Moore picks up 1 additional yard. He's got 28 yards on 4 carries in the first half. And the Stars will let the clock run down. They'll jog off the field. That'll take us to the end of the first half. Coming up, it is the halftime report brought to you by State Farm agent Christy Babcock. Auto insurance, homeowners, life insurance, and investing opportunities. It's the visiting Star Valley Braves of Wyoming on top of the Soldotna Stars, 21-10 at halftime. We'll be right back with stats, recaps, and more on ESPN Radio.
When trying to find a dentist, it can be challenging, and Ridgeway Family Dentistry knows this. Ridgeway's a new state-of-the-art facility offering you pain-free dentistry, and it's
I'll tell you when to bring it back, okay?
Even if you don't have time to have multiple.
All right.
Ridgeway Family Dentistry can complete all your treatment in one easy visit. At Ridgeway Family Dentistry, we know how important it is to have a smile and know how that can change. For dental appointment, Ridgeway Family Dentistry at 262-8404.
Let's talk about something that's not always top of mind, but still really important: life insurance. Because it offers financial protection for your loved ones, helping pay for things like a mortgage, credit card debt, and even look at state. Plus, life insurance is probably a lot more affordable than you think. And with State Farm, your local agent can help you understand your options and cover that fits your needs and budget.
Hi, this is Christy Babcock, your local State Farm agent, still in Tina, and now also...
Play one more, then come back.
Dam Construction and Roofing.
Okay, coming up.
Is your trusted roofing company. From shingle roofing and installation and repair to installation of EPDM roofing or even metal roofing installation and repair. Dam Construction and Roofing has you covered. Open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. with 24-hour emergency services available. Over 60 years of combined roofing experience. Drew is certified by Malarkey Roofing Products and can offer warranty on Malarkey Roofing products as well. Call them today. 907-262-3996.
The high school football half continues on ESPN 1140 AM and 96.9 FM. A State Farm agent Christy Babcock halftime with highlights, game return and today's broadcast team.
Welcome back to Justin Maley Field. A beautiful 65-degree afternoon in Soldotna, and the Soldotna Stars, though, in a dogfight and down at halftime, trailing 21-10 to the visiting Star Valley Braves. Despite the fact, Nolan, that the Soldotna Stars have dominated time of possession. Nick Sorrell here with you from the Dan Gensel press box at Soldotna High School. And Nolan Rose, our broadcast producer, is Race Lee Beck in our K-Beach studio. The match was highly touted, and the Stars had high expectations coming into this game. The roster has been getting thinner and thinner as the season has gone on. They lose starting quarterback Zach Kemp for the season. They lose backup quarterback Matthew Innes for the season. They lose third-string quarterback sophomore Patrick Burtonshaw. And then here in this game, it looks like we've lost Chase Hall after he had 148 yards on 13 carries in the first half. I mean, what do? You can only work with what you've got, right?
Yeah, at some point, the depth is going to be challenged to a degree where the next guy up isn't ready. And you wonder for the Stars if you're getting to that point at some key positions. They've suffered, in addition to Hall, number 75, Blake Cecil, starting offensive lineman, he's getting worked on right now by Doc Larson. So you wonder if the injuries do start to take a toll. I think if you're the Stars, a lot of that first half went how you would have drawn it up coming into the game. They ran the football well. They kept the Star Valley offense off the field, controlled time of possession like you mentioned. They were able to punch it in. They responded well from adversity. Following 2 of Star Valley's touchdowns, the Stars came back and responded with scores of their own, a field goal and a TD. This third quarter, Nick, this first possession for the Stars, it almost feels like they need to score there. If it gets to a 3-score game, if Star Valley separates with a 3-score advantage, you wonder if that's going to be a little too much for the Stars to overcome with all the injury issues they have going on.
And I really like the wrinkle that Coach Brantley threw in there, where he had the one halfback motioning over outside the tight end. In both of those situations, every time they would do that, it would draw one of the middle linebackers over and create that additional space at the second level. And we'll see if he plays that sparingly in the second half, because you don't want to go to it too often, then obviously they catch on to it. But that was a play that worked very well for Soldotna in the first half. This is the halftime report, by the way, brought to you by State Farm agent Christy Babcock, auto insurance, homeowners, life insurance, and investing opportunities. Locations in Kenai and Soldotna. Call today, 907-283-7116 in Kenai, 907-262-4440 in Soldotna. You're listening to High School Football. We're on ESPN 1140 AM and 96.9 FM. And a big shout out and a big thank you to our collaborators who are airing this game on YouTube. That is Peninsula Live, a not-for-profit entity who does a phenomenal job putting these games out on the web. And if you're watching there, we want to thank you for joining us through that, and thank you to Peninsula Live for all the work that they do and the broadcast that they're able to put together, and now collaborating with KSRM Radio Group. But Nolan, Soldotna, obviously, like you said, they need to start the second half. They need a score. They got to go the distance and find the end zone. They've pounded the rock. Chase Hall had a great game until obviously he had to leave due to injury. McCade Moore comes in at fullback. He performed admirably as well. The guy they need to unlock is Eli Richards. Yes.
He hasn't been able to break off any big runs. We know he's an explosive athlete. I do think, Nick, the Stars, they need to get a turnover of their own in this second half, right? Star Valley has benefited from 2 Soldotna Star turnovers. One of those was the pick 6 interception return for a touchdown. Can the Stars' running game continue to have the success that they've been having? But can the defense, which has held up well, with the exception of a couple long passes where Star Valley receivers got behind the secondary, can the Stars' defense, can they force a turnover that flips the momentum of the game, gives the Stars' offense the ball in prime real estate, or scores themselves, right? Return the favor to Star Valley.
Well, Soldotna has moved the ball well on the ground. Their drives, the one that stalled out around the 10-yard line, and they had the Trevin Moore field goal for their first points of the game. That one started on their own 1-yard line. They took it 90 yards almost and had to settle for a field goal, but a great drive there. A big run by Chase Hall on that one, a 41-yard carry that would have gone to the house if not for a tackle made by the free safety, Landon Peterson. Then the Stars go on a 80-yard drive to score their first touchdown of the game. So the ground game has been successful. For the defense, it's going to be a matter of controlling the passing threats downfield in the second half, because we have seen quarterback Ross Hilton go to the air twice deep down the field, and both times the passes were complete. Once for a 37-yard touchdown, the second for a 68-yard gain. You have to limit that if you're Soldotna. And the final thing, I think, is the Star Valley players have shown off their athleticism in the return game as well. They've had 2 punt returns and a kick return that were for 40-plus yards. If you're Soldotna, you can't give away that many yards.
Now, the Stars have done a great job stopping the Star Valley rushing attack, which really hasn't gotten anything going at all. The Stars' defensive line, linebackers, they've been living in the Star Valley backfield. It's that passing game, and if the Stars are going to continue to key on the run, of course you got to stop the run, right? That's you learn that, and that's football 101. Stop
Correct.
the run, and now you don't got to worry about the play action and things like that. But if they're going to commit so many numbers to stopping the Star Valley rushing attack, you can't be giving up the stuff over the top.
Right.
You got to keep the receivers in front of you. You got to keep the ball in front of you. I'm sure this, Soldotna has great coaching. We know that. So they're going to make some adjustments here during the halftime break. But I keep coming back, and you mentioned it as well, it really feels like this first drive for the Stars to start this third quarter. You don't want a 3-and-out. You don't want penalties. You want to be real crisp, real clean with the football. March it down the field, score, and now the pressure kind of gets flipped back onto Star Valley.
Stars led in offensive yardage by the senior fullback Chase Hall, 13 carries for 148 yards. He had 9 of those carries in the first quarter for 103 yards. Now, it appears doubtful that he would return. However,
it didn't look optimistic.
No, not optimistic, but you never know. We'll see. As it is, the man who came in to replace him, McCade Moore, carried the ball 4 times in the second quarter for 28 yards. Eli Richards had 11 carries in the first half for 51 yards and a touchdown. We'll see what Coach Brantley and the Stars boys come up with as we head to the second half. The Three Bears Alaska scoreboard says 21 points for Star Valley, 10 points for the Soldotna Stars. This has been the halftime report brought to you by State Farm agent Christy Babcock. We'll be back on ESPN Radio and streaming on YouTube on Peninsula Live.
Let's talk about something that's not always top of mind, but still really important, life insurance. Because it offers financial protection for your loved ones and can help them pay for things like a mortgage, credit card debt.
What's that? You cut off.
Life insurance is probably a lot more affordable than you think. And with State Farm, your local agent can help.
I'll tell you when to bring it back.
Options. Okay. And budget.
Hi, this is Christy Babcock, your local State Farm agent, still in Kenai, and now also at the Soldotna Y.
The fish are in, the trails are open, and summer is short. If your family is complete and you've been considering vasectomy, now is a great time to get it done. Dr. Alvarez can perform your no-needle, no-scalpel vasectomy in Soldotna or Homer. This is a safe, quick, affordable, and nearly painless procedure with minimal downtime. You'll be out enjoying an Alaska summer, if we ever get one, before you know it. And really, what better use of a rain day? Call 907-235-1010 for more information or to schedule your no-needle, no-scalpel vasectomy.
When you've been involved in a car accident, getting healthy is the most important thing. Having an advocate that can go out and get a full and fair recovery for you should not be something that you have to worry about. When people have been injured and suffered catastrophic injury or huge medical bills, other insurance companies can come and try to reduce your recovery. It's imperative to have someone that knows how to fight with these insurance adjusters look out for your interests. At Earhart, Elsner, and Cooley, we want to add value to your case to ensure a maximal, fair recovery.
Hello, I'm Marty Hansen, owner and manager of Eyewear Express. Nice brand new glasses from Eyewear Express. Everything is crystal clear. You have them a month, and the lenses look like you snagged them out of the Kenai, all scratched up. Well, at Eyewear Express, you can get those lenses replaced for free if you get them with the scratch guard code. Let me say that again. Eyewear Express will replace your Kenai River-looking lenses for free. See the store for details. Eyewear Express in the Peninsula Center Mall, Soldotna, 260-9199.
Hi, this is Justin Ruffridge. There's nothing like a small town. It's real community. And that's one of the reasons I'm raising my family here. It's also why I own and operate Soldotna Professional Pharmacy, because I believe a small-town pharmacy is where people get the best care. Our customers aren't just customers, you're our friends and neighbors. Stop by at 299 North Binkley in Soldotna for hometown-friendly service. I'm Justin Ruffridge, and I'm here to serve you.
Everyone knows the struggle. The DMV keeps bankers hours while they're stuck at work. That's where AK Express rolls in to save the day. They handle the services people need, and that's why they want you. Open until 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and Saturdays 11 to 3. AK Express makes busy schedules easier. Conveniently located at the corner of K Beach and West Poppy Lane, next to Everybody Rides Again. AK Express, where convenience is king.
One bite, and you'll know why Martha Cocina's burgers are a Kenai Peninsula favorite. Big, juicy, loaded with flavor, and grilled fresh, just the way you like them. Then make plans to come back every Taco Tuesday for authentic street tacos, including amazing shrimp and halibut tacos. Pair it with an ice-cold beer or a refreshing margarita from the full bar. Martha's Cocina on Willow Street next to Kenai Theater and Acapulco Mexican Restaurant in Soldotna.
Who would you call if your vehicle broke down? If you just had an accident or just spun off into the ditch? You might be able to think right now, but in the moment, it might be hard. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to add this name and number to your phone in case of emergency. Okay, are you ready? It's Genwar. That's Jenwar, Towing and Recovery. 394.
Come back after this one.
6068. The number again is 394-6068. Available 24 hours a day. Genwar Towing and Recovery. Make sure it's in your phone.
Welcome back to Justin Maley Field. We head to the second half of football. Nick Sorrell here along with Nolan Rose, and our broadcast producer is Race Lee back in our K-Beach studio. And for those of you watching on Peninsula Live, a collaborative broadcast here this afternoon, your broadcast producers for Peninsula Live are Keith Crawford and Marty Medkoff. Keith and Marty down there just taking the brunt of all of this sunshine that's beating down on the home bleachers at Justin Maley Field, and hats off to them for enduring down there in their great setup. Well, it's going to be a Soldotna to start off the third quarter with the football. 21-10 is the visiting Star Valley lead. And we talked about it during the halftime report, Nolan. Can the Stars control the special teams and the passing game of Star Valley?
In the first half, the answer to that question was no. It was the special teams, a long return on a kickoff, and then especially the passing game, the long touchdown in the corner of the end zone, and then the huge gain to the tight end, Kai Frazier, that really kind of sparked the Star Valley offense. Stars got to do a better job keeping the ball in front of them defensively. They did a great job defending the run, but they got to clean up some issues in the secondary.
Soldotna needs a turnover as well. They need to force a turnover.
Well, they're trailing 2-0 right now in the turnover department. And if you would have asked us before the game, is turnover margin going to play a role in this thing? You know, everybody's going to say yes. So a turnover for the Stars defensively would go a long way to making a comeback here.
Owen Brown out for the Everybody Rides Again kickoff. Bad credit, no problem. Get you into a used vehicle today, up and over. Ethan Cooper takes it at his own 14-yard line. Turns the field to the far side, gets a block, and is tripped up at the 34, 35-yard line. Good starting field position on a 20-yard return by Ethan Cooper. So it'll be 1st and 10 Stars from right there. 11 minutes and 52 seconds to play. You mentioned in the halftime show, this is a critical drive for Soldotna.
Yeah, it feels like the Stars, they need to score next. If Star Valley is the first team to put points on the board here in the third quarter, you just wonder if the lead starts getting stretched out too far.
First play for Soldotna goes to Eli Richards, and he had room to work with on the far edge, but was tripped up by Bryce Erickson, the defensive end over there. He will get 2 yards on the carry, but could have been more if he was able to break that arm tackle. That's a big critical component here. You got to break those arm tackles, but it's tough.
Those are big arms from the
big
Star
arms.
Valley Braves.
2nd down and 8 for Soldotna. Ball on the far hash in the all-navy uniforms with the white trim. Playing right to left. Power T lineup. McCade Moore fullback. Snap and a handoff once again to Richards. Has a army of blockers that carry him forward for 5 yards. And that'll set up a 3rd down and 3 for Soldotna at their own 42-yard line.
3rd down, 3 for the Stars.
So the Stars front line getting it done. And really, I mean, Richards didn't have anything fancy to do. He just kind of ran over the backs of his blockers. Here's the next handoff. Is a carry up the gut. McCade Moore.
Right at the 1st down marker.
Has it at the 45. He is stopped by a few linebackers. Fights for some extra yards, but we'll see where the spot is at. We may need a measurement here. Nose of the ball is touching the 45-yard line.
Give them the first down.
And they're going to say first down Stars.
First down 10.
So McCade Moore gets 3, and that's enough for a fresh set of downs for Soldotna. 31 yards now on 3 carries. Stars get a football player on the sideline, getting up on the back of the bleachers to try and get the crowd fired up. First and 10 from the Sohi 45. 21-10 is the Star Valley lead. Handoff is to Cooper, who stumbles his way forward, stays on his feet, and gets probably 4 yards extra off of what would have been a 2-yard carry. Second down and 6. Ball now into Star Valley territory. Ethan Cooper had 2 carries in the first half for 0 yards. One was a negative 4-yard carry. The other was a 4-yard run. So they offset each other. The ball now at the Braves 49. Right in the middle of that Soldotna Stars logo. 3 running backs set behind Fielden. Quick snap. Ball goes to the fullback, and McCade Moore will get nowhere as he is swallowed up by the interior part of that line. Kemen Philliby, the senior offensive and defensive lineman, right there to make the tackle. Tommy Beck, the other big guy, 270 pounds, 6'3". It is the math of tonnage in the trenches. Scotty Bieber comes out. Keegan Myrick, the junior, back in at tight end. Stars now facing 3rd down and 4. Looks like they did give 1 yard to McCade Moore on that carry. Gonna throw it over the top. It's complete. Eli Richards bobbles it, but makes the catch. And the Stars pick up 14 on the 3rd and 4. And Andrew Fielden has his first complete pass.
Yeah, huge play there for Fielden. Convert that 3rd down. And just to have the threat of the pass, Nick. Even if Star Valley knows that Soldotna is not a passing team in large numbers, just needing to keep that threat of it to keep the defense honest is big for Soldotna. Huge 3rd down conversion.
Stars now approaching 3.5 minutes on this drive. 1st and 10 from the Star Valley 37. Handoff to McCade Moore off the tackle, breaks 1, and fights for a couple more. And all the bodies will slowly get back to their feet. Carry of 7 yards for McCade Moore, and that sets up a great situation for Soldotna here, because with these 2nd and shorts, that's where you can open up the playbook a little bit.
Got to give Moore a lot of credit filling in for Chase Hall, who's been a star player for the Stars this season. He's come in and done a great job.
He's got 39 yards on 7 carries.
And they're tough yards. He's fighting for every yard he gets out there.
8 minutes now, Stars from the Star Valley 30. Richards off the tackle, and he falls forward after a gain of about 3, near the line to gain, down to the Star Valley 28, 27-yard line. And that should be a Sohi first down. We'll see where they spot the football. Waiting for the official signal. Still waiting. They do have it listed as 3rd down, and I think they're going to mark him maybe
3rd down and
a few inches
here.
short, yeah. About a toenail's length to go for the first down. I don't know how they don't measure that. That is very close. So Stars with a 3rd and inches. Hustle up to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be beef on beef. Handoff is to Richards. He'll work his way off the tackle. He's got the first down. A pickup of about 1 yard. And that's a Sohi first down. Fresh set of downs near the 25-yard line. Richards now has 14 carries. McCade Moore has 8 since coming into the game for Chase Hall. Tight end Gunnar Lervig will run onto the field. And the longer these drives go, advantage offense, because those defensive players, they start to put their hands on their hips.
Well, they got
and
to
get
get tired
tired
at some point when you're out on the field for half the quarter.
Stars line up, moving very quickly. Looking to pass. It's complete up the far sideline. Lervig, the catch. A flag, though, down in the backfield. This may be against the Stars. And if so, it's going to come back, and that would be Unfortunately, time. No, they're going to decline this penalty. And it is what is the call here? Are they going to back it up? What is this signal?
Is that an illegal formation?
I think it is. Illegal
motion?
Yeah, illegal motion, I believe is the call. So that'll make it a 1st and 15 for Soldotna. That erases a 14-yard run. We have an injured Brave over on the sideline, and that is a guy that Star Valley definitely does not want to see down on the sideline. Roman Erickson, who was a name we heard mentioned many, many times by Star Valley broadcasters and coaches. He's a returning starter.
Well, he caught the opening touchdown.
Right.
A beautiful pass from Star Valley quarterback, but he made it look easy, plucking that thing out of the air and waltzing into the end zone.
Erickson is up and on his feet, but walking gingerly. Stars will redo this 1st down.
Really unfortunate timing on the illegal motion. Stars had the ball inside the Star Valley 5-yard line with the result of that play. Now you're moved all the way back to the 31.
This drive is 5 minutes and 20 seconds long now. Stars facing a 1st and 15 from the Braves 31. 3 running backs set. Handoff is to Richards. He jumps across one tackle off the edge and lunges forward outside the hash marks and picks up maybe 5
Richards
yards.
Is down.
And he's slow to get up.
Star Valley defender had him by the ankle.
Kind of twisted
and as he kind of rolled over, I think he rolled Richards with him. And he's walking very gingerly. He's down.
They tell him to go down.
Stars just can't keep having these injuries pile up.
So Landon Foster is his backup. We'll see if Eli Richards is able to come back into the game. Pickup of 5 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10 Soldotna when we come back. Injury timeout. It's 21-10. Star Valley leading the Stars with 6 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter on ESPN Radio.
Dam Construction and Roofing here on the peninsula is
I'll tell you when to bring it back.
Roofing company. From shingle roofing and repair to installation of EPDM roofing or even metal roofing installation and repair. Dam Construction and Roofing has you covered. Open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. with 24-hour emergency services available. Over 60 years of combined roofing experience. Drew is certified by Malarkey Roofing Products and can offer warranty on Malarkey Roofing Products as well. Call them today. 907-262-3996.
If you've been involved in an accident or had a catastrophic injury, negotiating with insurance companies on your own is fraught. Insurance companies want to maximize their profits, and that means minimizing a fair and just solution to you. They don't want to pay for your medical bills. They for your lost work. They pay for your pain and suffering. Expert insurance negotiators and adjusters will try to minimize your claim at every turn. It's important to have an attorney to get the recovery that you deserve. At Earhart Elder Cooley, help you get that.
But they give Eli Richards a little magic juice, and he's able to leave the field under his own power. 2nd down and 10 for the Stars from the Star Valley 25. Handoff is a run up the middle. Diving ahead, McCade Moore picks up about 4. That should make it 3rd and manageable for Soldotna.
In 4 on the play, 3rd down 6.
This drive now eclipsing the 6-minute mark to open the 3rd quarter, and the Star Valley offense just has its hands on its hips over on the sideline. What can you do? 3rd down and 7, and here comes Richards back onto the field. Landon Foster, the sophomore, was out there for him. Foster's been a monster on defense. He has 3 tackles in the first half, and they were big ones out on the edge. Stars rush to the line of scrimmage, now down to the 21. Handoff to Richards. Oh, he's fighting for every yard, and he is very close to a 1st down. Eli Richards stumbling and bumbling through the 2nd level. And
There's more good news for the Stars. You got Chase Hall's return to the sideline. He looks like he might be messing with the pads here. He might try to give this a go.
Well, he's had a nice long breather for sure.
1st down.
And it's a 1st down for Soldotna, although Richards once again.
Tremendous effort.
Getting off the field. Gets 7 yards on the carry. He now has 16 carries for 71 yards. First carry for Soldotna goes to Ethan Cooper at the line of scrimmage, still on his feet, pushing a couple big interior boys, and nets himself a couple extra yards. Carry of 4 on the opening play. 2nd down and 6 for Soldotna.
You got another player down on the field. It's the nature of the way Soldotna plays. Their alignment is so tight and congested, and you're running the ball up the middle, and you got these bodies flying in to make tackles, and knees and ankles and things like that are in jeopardy of friendly fire or, inadvertent hit from the opposing defense.
21-10, the Star Valley Braves leading the Soldotna Stars here at Justin Maley Field. Blue sky and sunshine. Stars 2nd and 6. Handoff is fumbled, picked up though by McCade Moore, and he is able to actually gash forward, picks up maybe a couple yards near the 10-yard line.
Moore down at the 11.
Stars 3rd down and 5 inside the Summit Equipment Services red zone. Contractors helping contractors get back on the job. 907-308-2901. You can't take anything away from this Soldotna squad. They have given this everything they have here today, especially this offensive line.
Yeah, you got to give them a lot of credit, battling through all these injuries. You're down to your 3rd string, 4th string quarterback, and they're right here in the game.
3rd down snap, handoff Richards to the outside, and he's upended by Roman Erickson, the defensive end, back on the field.
What do you do here, Nick? You kick this field goal and make it a 1-score game. That'd get the lead to 21-13.
It would make it an 8-point game.
It's 4th down and about 5.
That carry for no gain by Richards, who is fighting to stay in this. He's got 18 carries.
Looks like they're
17.
Bringing the kicking team on the field.
Yeah, this is...
I think I like this.
This is a smart decision. The clock down to 3 minutes to play in the first half. A 9-minute drive by Soldotna. They have taken almost the entire 3rd quarter. And now we get
substitution issues. Force Coach Brantley to call a timeout.
And he is hot.
Boy, you hate to burn a timeout there in a game you know is going to be close in the 4th quarter if the Stars are able to pull this off.
Well, they, like we said, now 9 minutes and 6 seconds on the drive. It started on their own 30-yard line. So they've taken it down to the 10. That is a 60-yard drive. Or excuse me, a 50-yard drive. And man, I tell you what, they ate up. They converted on multiple 3rd downs here. Every single drive, set of downs had a 3rd down. I believe they have 5 3rd down conversions on this drive alone. They do trail 21-10. Star Valley, a touchdown to start the game in the 1st quarter on a pick 6, a 70-yard return by Travis Thompson, the strong safety. Stars responded with a drive that had to settle for a field goal, a drive that started on their own 1-yard line. They went almost 90 yards. Trevin Moore in for the 37-yard field goal. It's up, and it's good. And Trevin Moore, his 2nd field goal of the game, makes it a 1-score game. The Soldotna defense, though, has some work to do. We'll be right back. It's 21-13, Braves on top on ESPN Radio and on Peninsula Live on YouTube.
Hello, I'm Marty Hansen, owner and manager of Eyewear Express. Nice brand new glasses from Eyewear Express. Everything is crystal clear. You have them a month, and the lenses look like you snagged them out of the Kenai. All scratched up. Well, at Eyewear Express, you can get those lenses replaced for free if you get them with the Scratch Guard code. Let me say that again. Eyewear Express will replace your Kenai River-looking lenses for free. See the store for detail. Eyewear Express in the Peninsula Center Mall, Soldotna, 260-9199.
Trevin Moore now with field goal kicks of 31 and 32 yards in the game. Stars trail by 8. It's Star Valley from Wyoming, the #1 program out of that state. per USA Today and many others at the 3A level. And the Soldotna Stars, the #1 program in Alaska by many of those same outlets. Scoring drive, 60 yards, and a Trevin Moore 32-yard field goal to end it makes it 21-13. Scoring drive brought to you by Kenai Peninsula Driving. Now setting up on the far side of the field is Trevin Moore. Kickoff goes to Cade Rich, who flips it to Travis Thompson, who breaks a few tackles up the sideline and is finally brought down near midfield.
Thompson's a playmaker for the Braves. He had the pick 6. That's his second long return. You can tell the Braves have an emphasis like getting him the ball in space on these kickoff returns.
So he ends up picking up 27 yards, 28 yards on the return after it was pitched to him from the junior Cade Rich. And now the Braves come out, two wide receivers to the near side, all alone, and a false start. They're going to say illegal motion, and that is because
so lucky.
What a break. Travis Thompson flagged for the illegal motion because he was turned back trying to signal his quarterback.
Nobody's over covering us. There's two Braves receivers, 0 DBs from the Stars on the defensive left side of the field. Not a common thing for Soldotna to have issues just in alignment defensively.
And the two biggest offensive weapons for Star Valley, Roman Erickson and Travis Thompson, all alone over there.
They still only have one defensive
So now just
back.
one defender. Here comes Keegan Thompson out.
This is very
Some confusion.
curious.
Hilton in the shotgun, 2 wide receivers to the near side, hands it off to Zach Delgado, who turns up the edge. A flag comes out as Delgado gets room to work with up the far sideline. A flag near the line of scrimmage.
It's usually where a holding call is made.
Right. Delgado picked up 10 yards on that carry, but this may back up the Stars even more.
Keegan Myrick right now, he's getting coaching from Coach Brantley. Animated coaching.
Yeah, animated coaching. I like it. That's a good way to put it.
Us coaches, Nick, we get animated from time to time.
My counterpart here, Nolan Rose, longtime basketball coach, head coach of the Kenai Cardinals 3A boys basketball team. And they look pretty good this year. It's going to be a first and now probably 25 yards after the penalty yardage. Hilton takes the snap in the shotgun, throws it over the middle, complete to Thompson, and he is up the far sideline as he breaks a tackle. Dane Carter, the man to beat, and then chasing him down from behind is Scott Bieber, and that is a pickup of almost 70 yards, 69-yard catch across the middle.
I tell you what, Ross Hilton, the quarterback for Star Valley's looked fantastic.
Yeah, he's finding those wide open receivers for sure in the middle.
And every time they drop back to pass, there's no pressure. He's got all day to throw. The Stars are doing a great job getting in the backfield on rushing plays. But when
2 wide receivers to the near side, Weston Krog and Roman Erickson, handoff to Delgado. He'll work his way, bouncing to the outside. And another flag comes in late.
Again,
where Delgado was tackled, and this might be another holding call. Stars unable to do anything against the passing game of Ross Hilton and Coach McKay Young of the Star Valley Braves.
I watch a lot of football, Nick, high school football in Alaska. There's not a lot of quarterbacks in Alaska that can spin it like number 6, Ross Hilton.
Well, he takes over for
Star Valley.
I can't remember his name, the quarterback for Star Valley last year. Phoenix was his first name, and he had a outstanding season.
Prolific.
Led the Braves. It was a holding call, so they'll replay first down, and they'll be backed up to the Soldotna 29-yard line. Ball on the far hash.
First down,
Braves 4 consecutive 3A state championships in Wyoming. 2 wide receivers set. Hilton in the shotgun. Delgado to his left. We haven't had to say these offensive names very much. Just 2 minutes remaining in the first half. And now the Stars defense will shift as Delgado rotates around to the near side. High snap, and it's on the deck. Hilton, though, dives on it. Goolsby flies through, and
that's the kind of break the Stars need.
at the 35.
They could just force Star Valley into a miscue here.
That has been the lone weak spot, I would say, for this Star Valley team, has been the snaps. Creedon Collard, the 275-pound sophomore center, has had several snaps that were low.
That's the first time it's really hurt them. But you're right. There's been a number of snaps where the ball's been bouncing around a little more than you'd like it to.
Now it's second down and 25 yards to go. Star Valley now to the Soldotna 36. 4 wide receivers set, 3 to the near side. And looking deep over the end, looking for Roman Erickson. He goes up the ladder and makes the catch right in front of Dane Carter. And that's good enough for 30 yards and a first down at the Soldotna 5-yard line. Right now, the Braves getting everything they want
the passing game,
in the passing game
is clicking on all cylinders. And really, Hilton, Dane Carter was in terrific position to defend that pass. But like we've mentioned all game long, the size difference on the perimeter for the Braves showing up. I mean, Hilton really just kind of threw that up and said, you know what, Erickson, go get it.
And he did with the sun in his eyes, no less. Here's a pitch to Crew Lancaster, and he tries to take a few stars with him into the end zone, but he's pushed back after a gain of a couple. It'll be second and goal for Star Valley from the Soldotna 3-yard line. Stars have eaten up the majority of this quarter on a 60-yard drive that ended in a Trevin Moore field goal. They trail the Braves 21-13 on the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard. Clock now down to 30 seconds to play in the third. Second and goal from the 4. Fumbled snap.
Another snap.
And Ross Hilton.
Gosh, if the Stars could just fall on one of these
dive on
balls.
And it's going to be third down and goal for Star Valley.
We got another Star player down.
He's at the bottom of the pile, and they do stop the clock. And who is the Soldotna defensive lineman? Trying to get a look at the number. 56, Lapule.
Boy, that's not good.
Returning lineman of the year. Face down on the turf, and he's slow to get up. We'll step aside for an injury timeout. Stars trail the Braves 13-21 with 5 seconds remaining in the third quarter. It's an injury timeout on ESPN Radio.
Hi, this is Justin Ruffridge.
Let's go one at a time.
Real community.
Got it.
The reasons I'm raising my family here. It's also why I own and operate Soldotna Professional Pharmacy, because I believe a small-town pharmacy is where people get the best care. Our customers aren't just customers. You're our friends and neighbors. Stop by at 299 North Binkley in Soldotna for hometown-friendly service. I'm Justin Ruffridge, and I'm here to serve you.
Everyone knows the struggle. The DMV keeps bankers hours while they're stuck at work. That's where AK Express rolls in to save the day. They handle the services people need, and that's why they want you. Open until 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and Saturdays 11 to 3. AK Express makes busy schedules easier. Conveniently located at the corner of Amy and West Poppy Lane. Next to Everybody Rides again. AK Express, convenience is king.
Also, many thanks to our many fine sponsors, including Premier Sports Medicine.
One bite, and you'll know why. Martha Cocina are
That's fine. You can come back after this one.
Juicy, loaded flavor of Express. Just the way you and make come back every Taco Tuesday for authentic street tacos, including amazing shrimp and halibut tacos. Pair it with an ice cold beer or a burrito from the full bar. Martha's Cocina on Willow Street next to Kenai Theater and Acapulco Mexican Restaurant in Soldotna.
Lapule off the field, third down and goal for the Braves. Under center, it's Roman Erickson, and he's going to run it in as he pitches it back, to Crew Lancaster. And the Braves respond to the lengthy Sohi drive with a score as time expires in the third quarter. Crew Lancaster's second touchdown of the game, a 4-yard strike up the middle, and the Braves make it a 27-13 game. Soldotna in a little bit of trouble here, Nolan.
The extra point for the Braves.
Yeah, their offense isn't designed to play from behind, and Coach Brantley would tell you that. and falling down, you're going to be down 2 scores here, 2 touchdowns, and possibly needing a 2-point conversion.
Extra point up and good for Owen Brown, and that'll make it 28-13, a 15-point lead for Star Valley. Soldotna will give the ball back to start the fourth quarter, but at the end of 3, that 15-point edge goes to the visitors. We'll be back with the fourth right here on ESPN Radio and Peninsula Live.
Back-to-school shopping starts at Sweeney's Clothing in Soldotna. Get the whole family ready with the brands you know and love, including Pendleton, Carhartt, Wrangler, Levi's, Ariat, Extra Tough, Red Wing, Sorel, Helly Hansen, and more. From everyday school clothes to tough workwear, boots, and outerwear, Sweeney's has what your family needs for the whole year. Plus, check out the warehouse sale going on now. Sweeney's Clothing, Kenai Spur Highway in Soldotna. Sweeney's, the workwear and outerwear headquarters for the whole family.
We'll start the fourth quarter off with a kickoff by the Star Valley Braves, who saw their first 2 drives of the day end in 3 and outs. The Soldotna Stars defensive front was rock solid, and then the Braves opened up the passing game.
Yeah, Star Valley clearly came out trying to establish the run, being physical to the line of scrimmage, but when the Soldotna Stars shut that down, they just said, to heck with this idea. Let's just chuck this thing all over the field.
Owen Brown for the Everybody Rides Again kickoff from the 40, up and over. It's going to be caught at the 20-yard line by Landon Foster. Dances his way between a couple tacklers and spins through a few more and is dropped after a 10-yard, make it 11-yard return. The sophomore has been very impressive this season for Soldotna, and he probably will have a long career as a starter with 2 more seasons left as a Star.
Soldotna needs to somehow bust a long run here. Maybe get some kind of trick play in the passing game. They've done a great job moving the ball, but right now down 2 scores, 15 points. A long drive here is not in the Stars' best interest. They got to find a way to score quick.
From their own 30, it's a handoff up the middle. McCade Moore.
That's a good start.
Picks up 9 yards, very close to a first down. We'll see where they mark it. Started at the 31, and he's all the way out to the 40. McCade Moore, in 3 quarters, has now carried the ball 9 times. He had 28 yards in the second quarter. That was at halftime. Picked up 14 more for a total of 42 in the third, and now he's got 53 on 8 carries. 2nd and 1, run off the near edge. It's Eli Richards who's got a first down. Gain of 5 yards and a Soldotna first down at their own 45-yard line.
5-yard gain on that carry.
Eli Richards has a season high in total touches, sitting at 17 for 76 yards and a touchdown. 1st and 10 Soldotna. They got to go quickly here. 11 minutes to go in the game, down by 2 scores. Fielden is going to keep it. Running out to the near side. Room to work with, being chased down from behind, and a horse collar tackle.
Yes, throw the flag.
The flag will
Dangerous
come in.
Tackle.
No,
Al's lost his flag. He went to throw it. It looked like he was reaching in his pocket.
And we have an injured Star. Phoenix Goolsby back near the original line of scrimmage. Definitely needs to be a horse collar tackle against Bryce Erickson. Andrew Fielden, though.
Boy, is right in front of the official. I don't understand how you missed that.
A 20-yard carry.
That's a huge miss call, Nick. That's 15 yards tacked onto that run.
That should be I don't know. I literally have no idea here. How is that not called a horse collar? I mean, it was
both hands inside the shoulder pads behind the neck.
Right in the neck area. So a 21-yard run for Andrew Fielden and no additional yardage. Stars line up 1st and 10 on the Star Valley 39. McCade Moore gashes up the middle, gets 8 yards, maybe 9. Ball at the 31.
7-yard gain on the play.
Call it 8. And so here's McCade Moore now on 10 carries. I'm still just in disbelief that was not called a horse collar. 2nd down and 2 for Soldotna. 10:25 to play. They trail 28-13. Snap, and it's a handoff. Ethan Cooper picking his way across the defensive line near the line to gain. Gets 2 yards. Not quite enough for a first down. Ball at the Star Valley 30.
The 30-yard line. There will be a gain of 1.
So it's the first down marker kind of like in between the 29 and 30-yard line of the Star Valley Braves. That's right about where the ball's at, 3rd and short. Fielding, the handoff, up the gut. Richards off the edge now, down to the 24. Tackled by Lincoln Brown. That'll make it Soldotna 1st and 10 from the Star Valley 24-yard line. Pick up a 5 for Richards, who is getting his yardage in 5s. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 carries of 5 yards, and he's sitting at 18 carries on the day. That's his season high. Soldotna at the Star Valley 24. Quick snap, handoff. McCade Moore knifing his way to the second level and diving ahead. He picks up 11, maybe 12 yards, and another Sohi first down. Moving the ball very well right now at the Braves 14. 12-yard pickup for McCade Moore.
This is the exact kind of drive the Stars needed. We've only run about just under 3 minutes off the clock here.
First and goal, or a drop snap. Fielden has to pick it up, dives ahead. And luck on the side of Soldotna. Andrew Fielden and Lachlan Pond not able to connect on that snap. Fielden, though, dives forward after picking it up. Gains a couple yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Fielden now has 3 carries in the game. And Stars will have a 2nd down and 8 from the Braves 12-yard line. 3 running backs set. Big run by Moore down near the 7-yard line, which will put him a couple yards short of a first down. Clock ticks down to 8 minutes and 20 seconds to play.
7-yard line, 5-yard gain.
5 yards on the carry by McCade Moore. Soldotna doing the same thing they did on their last drive, just a lot quicker. Need 3 yards for a first down. This is clearly 4-down territory here, trailing by 15. Fielden, the snap, drops, but hands it off to Richards. He's hit as he's knocked out of bounds near the 5-yard line, close to a first down. And I believe they're going to mark him about a yard short.
Huge play, obviously. Goes without saying. 4th and short here.
This is the game right here.
Just outside the 5-yard line. If the Stars aren't able to punch this in here, get the first down, then ultimately, not convert it into a touchdown, the clock really starts to become an issue.
7 minutes and 57 seconds to play. Richards run out of bounds, stops the clock. So 4th and 2. Handoff is to Richards. Second effort, and I think he got the first down.
Inside the 5-yard line.
What a run by the junior Eli Richards. They give him the first down. He was hit at the line of scrimmage on a 4th and 2 and just kept the legs going and picks up the first. That'll make it 1st and goal for Soldotna at the Star Valley 4-yard line. Eli Richards, 11 carries in the first half, 10 in the second half. Most carries by a Soldotna Star so far this season in a single game. First carry on the drive is to Richards, his 22nd carry of the game, and he's hauled down in the backfield. A loss of 1, maybe 2 on the play. That'll make it a little bit more difficult for Soldotna. This might be the time to try one of those sneaky pass plays like they've used.
Richards going to need an ice bath tonight. 22 carries, and you're getting tackled by some ranch hands, some big ranch hands from down there in Wyoming.
He was banged up in the 3rd quarter, had his ankle twisted. 2nd and goal, Stars. McCade Moore right up the gut, ping-pongs around, and
God, these are just killers, though. You can't punch this in.
After a gain of maybe 4, down to the 1-2 yard line. It'll be very close. They're going to spot it on the 1-yard line.
You know, Nick, with the Stars, there's no incomplete passes, right? So that clock just keeps ticking.
From the 2.
So 3rd and goal for Soldotna.
We're almost halfway through the 4th quarter here.
Well, they have all 3 timeouts, so what they need is to score, and they have to get a stop against
I wonder if they
against
consider
the
an
Braves.
onside kick if they punch this in here.
Might be worth it. Fielding under center, snaps the ball, pitches
Nice.
it outside, and Richards is going to moonwalk into the end zone. He was all alone. And Eli Richards, his 2nd score of the game on his 23rd carry of the day.
This is interesting, Nick, because the analytics here would tell you to go for 2 here so you know what you have to do.
Right.
If you kick the extra point here, you're still going to need to convert the 2-point try at some point.
Trevin Moore to attempt the extra
They
point
do
for
bring
the
Trevin
Stars.
Moore out to kick it. I don't know if AWS analytics are on the Soldotna budget. Trevin Moore, low PAT attempt, but up and good. And that makes it 28-20. Stars trail by a single score, but they have to get a stop. Scoring drive brought to you by Kenai Peninsula Driving Instruction. We'll be back in 30 seconds. So the Everybody Rides Again kickoff, 6:18 to play in the game on ESPN Radio.
So I would like to thank
Let's talk about something that's not always top of mind, but still really important: life insurance. Because it offers
Just the one.
Self-storage, GLM Energy Services,
got it.
Oakland Construction, Heather and Heather, SOP
Life insurance is
Alaska,
probably
Kenai,
affordable than you
Neon,
think.
Sign
And with
Company,
State Farm, local agents can help you understand your options and choose coverage with your needs and
Hi, this is Epcot, your local State Farm agent, still in Kenai, and now also Soldotna Y.
Well, Eli Richards has been handed the tough task of being the guy for Soldotna this afternoon after Chase Hall left in the 2nd quarter with an injury. Eli Richards has 23 carries for 85 yards and 2 touchdowns and 1 catch for 14 yards. His number has been called in a big way, and the junior has really responded. The Stars out for the Everybody Rides Again kickoff. It'll be Trevin Moore, who has 2 field goals and 2 PATs today. Another guy, an unsung hero of this game, is Trevin Moore to keep the Stars
Looks like
in
they're
a
gonna kick it
one-score
deep.
game.
Not go for an onside kick here. It's going to put the pressure on the Stars defense to get a stop, something they've not been able to do since early in the game.
Moore lined up on the far side of the field, kicking left to right. The Braves creeping up as though it may be an onside kick. And Moore will just punch it, a line drive that goes all the way into the end zone, and it stops right there just inside the 1. And that'll give the Star Valley Braves 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. That was almost very dangerous for Star Valley because if that ball took a weird pop where it lands short of the goal line, it's a live football.
Well, and if you're the Stars, you're just happy you didn't have to deal with a return because Star Valley's had at least 2 long kickoff returns clear out to midfield. So now you got him at the 20. What can the Stars do to get some pressure, Nick, on the quarterback?
Well, Coda Lapule still on the sideline, I believe. Or is he back on? He's back on the field. So Hilton takes the snap, hands it off, run up the middle, and Lapule right there to make the tackle. Goolsby, rather, and he is fired up.
You know, interestingly, Nick, the Star Valley Braves haven't run the ball well at all, but you're in this phase of the game here with under 6 minutes left. You want to run the ball if you're Star Valley. You know, the clock's your friend right now.
Exactly.
But that kind of plays into the hands of Soldotna. Soldotna's had no success at all stopping the Star Valley passing game. I mean, if you're the Stars, you're just, please run the football.
Yeah, that's all you can hope for.
We'll use our timeouts.
Roman Erickson on the near side. Travis Thomas, the wideout on the far side. Hilton back in the shotgun, rotates the running back over to the far side, throws it over the middle, complete to Crew Morgan near the 50-yard line, lays a couple licks, picks up an extra 10, and runs it into Sohi territory. And it looks like we have a Star cramping up over there, but strike over the middle once again. This time Crew Morgan, the senior tight end, on the receiving end of a Ross Hilton pass.
There's no answers for the Star Valley passing game.
First down 10, Star Valley.
And Soldotna will likely now have to stop a couple runs before Star Valley goes back to the air. But honestly, if you're Star Valley, why not just keep throwing the football?
I mean it makes you wonder. Obviously, you want to. The clock's your friend, as we mentioned, so you want to run the football. But if you're completing passes, the clock's going to run just the same.
They'll let the clock run down here, down near 5 minutes. Hilton just standing in the shotgun. Running back to his left, Delgado, not the running back this time. He's lined up off the line of scrimmage on the near side. 2 wide receivers off to the far side. Now Delgado motions. He'll take an inside toss. It's going to be a pass. Turns the corner. He's got 10 yards, close to a first down. And so technically that goes in the books as another pass complete. I don't know if Hilton has it in completion.
If you told me that Hilton was a 3-year starter, I would have believed it.
Right.
He's playing remarkably well considering this is his first year as the starting quarterback for the Braves.
Clock now ticks down. Under 5 minutes to play. Star Valley can run the ball 3 times here, and the play clock is, I believe, 40 seconds for high school, or is it 25 still? I think it might be 25, not exactly sure. But they could run off at least 2 minutes here. And the ball is in Sohi territory. Delgado motions again. Low snap. Ball loose. Oh, Delgado just grabs it out of the air.
That's the break the Stars needed. The ball was in the air. It almost looked like a Star defender was going to catch that thing and go the other way. And Delgado saves the day.
Credit the Star Valley running back. The Stars had Phoenix Goolsby, I believe, who was right there.
Right there.
It was a low snap to Ross Hilton, and he had to pick it off the turf.
He tried to make the pitch.
He flipped it up from the turf. He flips it up to Delgado, who bobbles it in the air and was able to haul it in, but dangerously close. Now loss of 2, 2nd and 12. Clock continues to run down to 4 minutes. Motion from the far side. Another high snap. Delgado takes the handoff and is hit hard at the line of scrimmage. Kota Lapule. Another tackle, and boy, is he fired up coming up off the turf there.
I guarantee you when the Star Valley Braves get back to Wyoming, they're gonna be working on this center quarterback exchange. There's been a number of snapping issues for Star Valley, and somehow it really hasn't come back to bite them in the butt. They've narrowly avoided multiple turnovers with these snapping issues. Sometimes, Nick, the football's not round.
Yeah.
And sometimes it does not bounce your way.
3rd down and 13. Braves likely to go back to the air. Clock down near 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Hilton pressured in the backfield. Holding call potentially. Long pass tipped. Richards knocks it out of the air. That'll stop the clock and make it a 4th and 13. For the first time, the Stars' pass defense comes up big.
Well, they got some pressure. They forced Hilton to roll out.
Yeah, it looked
and then Richards, that ball was going to be completed for a first down, and Richards kind of came out of nowhere, sticks his left hand up there. Beautiful pass deflection.
It looked like Goolsby got held. He was in the backfield.
And now, Nick, we might have an incredibly exciting finish to this game.
3:15, clock stopped. 4th and 13.
They're going for it.
Braves going for it from the Stars 38. High snap. Hilton, all sorts of time, but then a timeout called by the Braves. They iced themselves.
Wow, going for it here is interesting.
I think
it's a great opportunity to pin the Stars deep.
I think this was a decision by Coach McKay Young to try and keep Soldotna, maybe get them to jump offside, generate a little extra yardage, and he called the timeout.
Think they come out with the punting team here, perhaps?
Yeah, he called the timeout right before they snapped the ball. So both teams have 2 timeouts.
The Stars going to get the ball back with under 3 minutes. If Star Valley does punt, if they have to go 90-plus yards, I mean, that's pretty difficult for Soldotna with their style of offense to do it in that time constraint.
Well, Ethan Richards.
And they'd have to knock on the 2-point conversion. I mean, Coach McKay is a way better football coach than I am. I'll tell you what, if I'm playing Madden right here, I'm punting this sucker.
4th and 13. Make it, 4th and 13 for Star Valley, maybe 12. Hard to say from the angle we're at. 28-20 on the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard. And the Braves do come out, lined up in the shotgun. Delgado to the left of Hilton, 2 wide receivers on either side. Now motioning to the near side. Hilton looking deep, throwing it up and over the top, and passes incomplete.
Incomplete pass.
And the Braves will turn this over on downs. Soldotna, now trailing by 1 score, gets the ball back on their own 38-yard line, and their last drive was about 3 minutes long and ended in a touchdown. Nolan, this is, I thought the Stars might be sunk when they were down by 15 to start the fourth quarter, but here we go. They've got a chance.
Pretty remarkable. Soldotna finds himself in this game with all the injury issues they've had leading up to the game and during the game. And here they are, 3 minutes and 6 seconds left.
Well, now we're going to find out who ate their Wheaties this morning, because these got to be some tired legs. First down, handoff. No, it's a pass.
Oh, no.
High pass looking for Scott Bieber, but Fielden airs it out a little too far. However, you got to nod your cap to Fielden. He threw that where only one player could have gotten it, and that was Scott Bieber. Pass defense.
Scott Bieber's pretty tall, but not that tall.
6'4". On the stat sheet, Landon Peterson was the cornerback on coverage. Clock at exactly 3 minutes. It's 28-20 on the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard. Soldotna with the ball. We are in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 10. Handoff is up the gut. Very little gain for McCade Moore.
Looked like the Stars might have got away with a false start there. Right side of the line.
1 yard gain on the play.
But now you got to go quick. Got to go quick.
Moore gains 1.
They're down 9.
So we had 8 carries in the first half. Here's a run up the middle. Another one that doesn't go very far.
4th and about 7.
McCade Moore.
4th and 5.
They'll give him some generous spot after he perhaps carries the pile ahead. I thought it might have been just a couple. I think they're going to give him 4. So it'll be 4th down and 5.
What's Coach Brantley going to dial up here? He's going to use a timeout.
Taken by Sohi.
Well, it's
now they only have 1 timeout left. They had to burn a timeout early in the half on a
substitution delay.
Substitution situation with their special teams.
So it'll be 4th down and 6 for Soldotna when they come back from the timeout.
So if they don't convert this, Nick, with only 1 timeout left, Star Valley would need a first down to end the game, but could get the clock down to where any potential comeback for Soldotna would be.
Like to thank all our sponsors.
This is
a long road to hoe.
If you're Star Valley on defense, this play right here is for the game. I mean, if you get this stop, your percentage chance of winning the game goes up dramatically.
Goes up dramatically.
The question is, on a 4th and 6 from their own 42-yard line, do the Stars go for it, or do they?
Do you have enough confidence in your quarterback right here to throw it?
Right. Do they throw it or do they run it? Fielden, a 4th-string quarterback to start the season.
He's done a heck of a job considering being thrown into a very difficult situation.
Here we go. Stars line up. 3 running back set. And a flag comes out.
He jumped early.
I think Bieber.
You burn the timeout and then you get a false start.
I think Bieber might have jumped off the near side. And we'll see if it is a false start.
Can't do that.
So that'll back him up, and it'll make it not a 4th and 6, but a 4th and 11. And if you're Soldotna, I think what that tells you is that perhaps Bieber was the target of the pass.
Yeah, he might have been a little excited to get out there and get into space as fast as he could. We know from the game, earlier pass attempts in the game, the Soldotna Stars quarterback, Andrew Fielding, hasn't had any time to sit back in the pocket and throw.
4th and 11, Stars, game on the line. Snap and no handoff. Sack and a fumble picked up by Kai Frazier, and he's going to take it all the way to the end zone. And that's the nail in the coffin for Soldotna. The big defensive end, Kai Frazier, 6'5", 230. he knew all the way that was going to be a pass.
Yeah, those pass rushers for Star Valley, when they do know that it's a definite passing situation and they pin their ears back and they go after the quarterback, Fielding had no chance there whatsoever. That turnover is not on the quarterback. By the time he had faked the handoff and turned to look upfield to find a receiver, he was getting drilled in the back.
Well, the Stars defense does their job to give the offense one more chance to tie the game, trailing by a score. Soldotna ends up in a 4th and long situation, and a scoop and score off a forced fumble sack by the big man Kai Frazier. Again, just a junior for this Star Valley squad. Owen Brown, extra point is up, and it is good. And Star Valley leads 35-20 with 2 minutes to play. It's not fully out of reach if you're Soldotna, but you do need to find, so you got to reach into the real bag of tricks here.
Well, if the fat lady's not singing, Nick, she's definitely in the building.
She's warming up.
She's getting the vocal cords loose.
But the Soldotna faithful have shown up in a big way this afternoon. Some of them starting to filter out now. But, I mean, the bleachers at Justin Maley Field are full. But as impressive, I think, are the number of Star Valley fans and parents that traveled. The visiting bleachers, which...
Well, they brought 60 kids.
Yeah.
Okay, so you use easy math here, Nick. You figure you got about 120 parents to work with. Okay. And so certainly a significant number of those parents and fans made the trip up.
Well, they packed out the visiting bleachers over there, which isn't saying a lot. There's not a very extensive amount of bleacher space on the visiting side at Justin Maley Field, but they spill out of the bleachers.
Call them like stands, maybe?
Yeah, we'll call them that. So another kicker comes out. This is Jacob Coma for
If you could ever
Star
get a
Valley.
big kickoff return, Nick, now would be the time.
Yeah, a little Motown Miracle style kick return play if you've got one. We'll see if Coma just squibs this. No, he does kick it high, end over end. It's going to bounce, and it goes over the head of Ethan Cooper. Does pick it up, spins away from one tackle, bounces off another before he is dropped after about a 7-yard return. And Soldotna will take over with 1:54. They trail 35-20. They made a game out of it, that is for sure. They came into the fourth quarter trailing 28-13 by 2 scores. They drive the ball 70 yards from their own 30 in about 3 minutes and score a touchdown on a run to the outside by Eli Cooper, who's had a fantastic game. They get a stop on defense, and here we go. After they gave up the scoop and score touchdown, Fielden is mobbed. Crew Lancaster, the junior linebacker, came untouched into the backfield, and when
they know the Stars have to throw the football,
right?
And so now they're just sending the pressure.
When Fielden turned around, all he saw was white jersey.
He hasn't had any opportunity to scan the field to find an open receiver here in the fourth quarter.
That'll be a loss of 8. Second down and 18 for Soldotna, back to their own 19-yard line. Fielden will hand it off. No, he throws it to the near side. Ethan Cooper, the catch, and he's spun out of bounds by number 12. One of the sophomores who was on the sideline to start the game for Star Valley. And it looks like most of their varsity starters are off the field. Man, you got to tip your cap to Kai Frazier, the big tight end and defensive end for Star Valley. He had the 68-yard catch. He now has the sack for a scoop and score after the forced fumble. He's been a monster on defense and on offense. Stars drop backfield and looking to pass over the middle. It's caught by Eli Richards. They convert. Give him 18 yards on the first down strike, but clock down to 1:07 to go. And I don't know how else Eli Richards can pad his stat sheet right now. He's got 23 carries for 85 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now he has 2 receptions for 32 yards.
It's a good thing he's got pads on because he got lit up after that catch.
1st and 10, Soldotna, clock down to 45 seconds. Fieldin hands it off. No, he passes it to the near side, and it's knocked down to the air by Crew Lancaster.
Play by Crew Lancaster. I mean, he almost caught that thing from like 2 feet away. It was right in the face of the Stars quarterback.
The jugs drill.
Yeah.
The jugs machine, where you got to catch the passes that come straight out
Usually
of the tires.
Usually you don't stand right next to the jugs machine, though.
You're fairly close. Yeah, that was very close. Once again, Fieldin fakes the handoff and turns around and probably just wonders, like, where'd all the cloud coverage come from, because it's just nothing but white in his face. Clock down to our stops at 41 seconds. 2nd and 10, Soldotna on their own 45-yard line. Fieldin dropping back, pass over the middle, complete. Ethan Cooper. What a gain. He's still on his feet. Down to the 21.
Use a timeout here.
Big gain. 10, 20, 35 yards on the catch by Ethan Cooper.
Stars
do have 33 seconds. They're waiting. The ball is spotted. Stars can run a play without having to.
Star Valley defenders struggling to get off the field here. Might get 12 men.
Stars snap it. Fieldin again, right over the middle, and it's incomplete. Intended for Cooper. Same little halfback pop as Cooper came running around the middle. So Fieldin completes 2 passes on this drive, one for 18 yards and another for 35. Identical play, and that one is one that Stars might want to keep in their back pocket. Things don't really get easier from here. Next week, Soldotna has Lathrop coming to town, and the Stars very banged up going into that game. And Lathrop,
yeah, that's going to be a challenge. Lathrop's good.
Yeah, the Malamutes have a lot of size in their trenches. Stars line up 2 running backs. Fieldin in trouble, gets rid of it. Catch by McCade Moore up the sideline, and he goes out of bounds with 21 seconds still on the clock. And a Brave is slow to get up. That is a 12-yard completion to McCade Moore. So 3 complete passes for Andrew Fieldin. Stars may have used a timeout because the clock is still stopped and the ball is spotted. 1st and goal for Soldotna from the Star Valley 9. Soldotna, if they were able to score here, they'd need to do it on probably this play to have a chance. Here's a snap. Handoff. Richards breaks 1 tackle, now has his ankle wrapped up and he's tackled. Stars will call a timeout. 13 seconds to go. Richards gains 5 yards on the carry down to the Star Valley 4.
Really impressed with both teams, Nick. I think this game has lived up to the hype. Certainly a competitive game. You know, and I know we're going to talk about maybe some of the things that went wrong for the Stars and ultimately likely to have them end up on the losing end of this thing. But the Stars have shown themselves well, especially considering all the injuries both before and during the game. And Star Valley has certainly come up to Alaska and shown, you know, they've won 33 games in a row for a reason. They're the #1 ranked team in Wyoming for a reason.
And they have clearly have some, I don't know how else to say it other than they've got some dudes. Like, they have some huge guys and some real playmakers. We knew before the game that some of the problems were going to be guys like Roman Erickson. He's got a touchdown reception. Kai Frazier, the junior, again, 6'5", 230. He's been a menace, not only defensively, but offensively. He has the big 68-yard catch that set up the second score of the day in the second quarter for Star Valley. Stars come out of their timeout, 13 seconds to play. 2nd and goal. Handoff. Ethan Cooper. No, it's a pass to the outside. Richards! Well, the Sohi Jr. rewarded his 3rd touchdown of the day. A catch. And the Stars back within 9. They need a field or an extra point here to make it a 1-score game. Only 11 seconds, 0.9 to go.
Looks like they're leaving the offense out there.
Yeah, they'll go for 2.
Try to convert the 2 here. They're going to have to do that at some point.
And Andrew Fieldin has his first career touchdown pass as a senior. Stars line up. Here's the snap.
Got him.
Pass in the end, back of the end zone. Scotty Bieber goes up and makes the catch. And so Soldotna back within 7. They'll have to make an onside kick.
This is like the meme in Dumb and Dumber, Nick. So you're telling me there's a chance.
Yeah, exactly. You're telling me there's a chance.
11.9 seconds left. The score's 35-28. Great scoring drive there. Every time Star Valley has scored, Soldotna has answered.
That touchdown catch, the second of the season for Eli Richards. So he now has 2 touchdown catches and 5 touchdown runs. And with that, he now retakes the lead for team lead in touchdowns scored. Chase Hall took that back last week, scoring 6. And now the 3 here today for Richards put him in front. And he's been a dual threat all season thus far for Soldotna. But they have 12 seconds, and they need to recover an onside kick, and that would basically leave them time for 1 play to tie the game. Or take the lead and win it on a 2-point conversion. But either way, you need a number of miracles to happen in succession, the first of which would be the recovered onside kicks. Can Soldotna get this? The hands team out on the field for the Braves. No doubt, ball on the near hash at the 40-yard line. Trevin Moore pooches it, and it goes right through everybody and out of bounds. So it'll go to the Star Valley Braves. They'll get it on their own 35-yard line, and they'll take a knee to run out the clock. Soldotna puts up one heck of a fight, but the difference in the game turns out to be, number one, the turnovers. They turn it over 3 times in the game, 2 off of lost fumbles. One of them a scoop and score for a touchdown. The other just a turnover and then a pick 6. The Braves get 14 points off of the 2
you lose the turnover battle 3-0. 2 of those are scores. You get stopped inside the 10 twice and have to settle for field goals.
Victory formation.
Really, that's the difference in the game.
Ross Hilton takes a knee, and that'll take us to the end of the game. Your final score, 35-28. The Star Valley Braves, the number 1 team from Wyoming, come all the way to Alaska, and they show off an elite-level passing game, and they take down the Soldotna Stars on their home field, 35-28. We'll be right back with your Peninsula Community Health Services post-game show right here on ESPN Radio.
Hey, grown-ups, did you know PCHS takes care of kids, too, whether wake up, don't feel good, or just need help staying healthy? PCHS is here for kids and families. A doctor and care teams at PCHS help us do our best so we can keep growing, being kids. Call 907-262-3119 to make an appointment today.
Peninsula Community Health Services. Healthcare for all.
The fish are in, the trails are open, and summer is short. If your family is complete and you've been considering vasectomy, now is a great time to get it done. Dr. Alvarez can perform your no-needle, no-scalpel vasectomy in Soldotna or Homer. This is a safe, quick, affordable, and nearly painless procedure with minimal downtime. You'll be out enjoying an Alaska summer if we ever get one before you know it. And really,
got it.
Of a rain day. Call 907-235-1010 for more information or to schedule your no-needle, no-scalpel vasectomy.
Tired of staring at that vehicle, taking up space on your property, spending loads of unnecessary time trying to sell it on your own? Quit that. Visit Everybody Rides Again at the corner of KB and Lane for a fast, fair, and written offer to buy on the spot. Bring your vehicle in and ride home with money in hand. It only takes minutes, and Everybody Rides Again needs your vehicle and is paying top dollar right now. Everybody Rides Again, the dealer that says yes.
It's time for the Peninsula Community Health Service game show on ESPN 1140 AM and 96.9 FM. Interviews.
Welcome back to Justin Maley Field. Nick Sorrell here alongside Nolan Rose. The Soldotna Stars lose the game. They fall 28-35, and they also lose a couple critical pieces. The big one, Chase Hall, who goes down with looked like a shoulder injury in the second quarter. And that's with Lathrop coming into town next week. Stars fall to 2-1 on the season, and their win streak snapped at 15 games. The Star Valley Braves extend their win streak to 34 straight after they have won 4 consecutive 3A state championships in Wyoming. It is the Peninsula Community Health Services postgame show. PCHS supports your health, offering medical, dental, eye care, and behavioral health services. You can visit them online at pchsak.org or call and schedule an appointment today, 907-262-3119. Well, Nolan, what are your biggest takeaways from the game here?
Well, we mentioned in the lead-up with the replay of the pregame show, Soldotna needed to take care of the football. They needed to control time of possession, keep the Star Valley offense off the field. They did some of that well. They did control the time of possession. Their ground game was very effective for the Stars. They kept the Star Valley offense off the field. The problem was they had 3 turnovers, and they weren't able to force any turnovers of their own. And 2 of those 3 turnovers resulted in immediate scores, the pick 6 interception return for a touchdown, and then the backbreaker in the fourth quarter when Kai Frazier picked up a loose ball and rumbled for a fumble return touchdown. So those miscues, and then twice when the Stars got the ball inside the red zone, inside the 10-yard line, they had drives stall and were forced to settle for field goals. So between the turnovers and a couple of drives stalling, what was a great game plan for Soldotna and well executed with the exception of 4 or 5 plays, it just was too much to overcome, especially with a prolific offense and passing attack that the Star Valley Braves brought up from Wyoming.
The Soldotna Stars eat up 9 minutes of clock on their opening drive of the third quarter. They score on a touchdown, they have to settle for a field goal on that drive and cut it to a 1-score game, though, at the time.
It was 21-13.
Exactly. And so unable, though, to generate enough offense. The biggest issue for Soldotna, aside from the turnovers, was the almost complete inability to have anything to stop the Star Valley passing game.
We don't see passing attacks like that, Nick, in Alaska really ever.
Right. And so Star Valley, led by quarterback Ross Hilton, he throws 3 touchdown passes in the game. And the Braves also have 2 defensive touchdowns, a 70-yard interception return and a 13-yard scoop and score on a sack fumble return by Kai Frazier, their big junior tight end and defensive end. Well, look at the stats here. There were some standouts for Soldotna. Chase Hall in the game had 148 yards of rushing on 13 carries, and that was just a little bit into just a little over 1 quarter's worth.
Right, he got knocked out that shoulder injury.
And, he was taken out of the game, did not return. And so it was Eli Richards who had his number called often. After that, he finishes with a career high and a season high total in carries for Soldotna, 24 carries for 90 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. He also catches 3 passes for 36 yards and a touchdown. That triples his reception total. He only had 1 catch on the season for 24 yards and a touchdown, so he now has 2 touchdowns and 4 catches. In 2 games for Soldotna, he had 25 carries, so he nearly matches his 2-game total in 1 game. And then you had McCade Moore, who came in at fullback for Chase Hall. And in 3 quarters of work, McCade has 15 carries for 85 yards. And then the 4th-string quarterback, Andrew Fielden.
Man, you got to give him a lot of props.
A lot of props. He carries the ball 3 times for 20 yards, has an interception, kind of an ugly interception, in the first quarter. That was the pick 6. Threw it straight to Travis Thomas, that big defensive back. But then after that, kind of settled down, and he ends up finishing the game 5 for 8 passing for 83 yards, a touchdown, and that 1 interception.
Well, listen, you're the 4th-string quarterback. You're obviously not getting a lot of high leverage reps in these Sohi games. And then your first start, Nick, isn't you're not playing Chugiak, you're not playing Wasilla. Who are you playing? You're playing the number 1 ranked team from the state of Wyoming. They haven't lost a game in 3 years. They're 3-time defending state champions, and that's who you get.
Yeah.
And then you look across the line of scrimmage at the Star Valley defensive line, and it's 6'4", 225, it's 6'3", 250, and you're thinking to yourself, oh boy, And I thought the quarterback Andrew Fielden, after he settled down in a little shaky start, like you mentioned, he played a heck of a game. Helping keep the Stars in it.
Well, we're going to take a break. We will wrap up the Peninsula Community Health Services postgame show right after this with your Pizza Boys Player of the Game on ESPN Radio and Peninsula Live on YouTube.
Parenting doesn't come with a manual, but PCHS is here to help. Join our free parenting class and support group. 12 weeks of connection, real tips, and honest answers right here in your community. Tuesday mornings, 9 to 10:30 a.m., starting September 1st at PCHS in Soldotna. Space is limited to just 10 families, and registration is required, so don't wait. This class also fulfills State of Alaska family court requirements. Call 907-262-3119 today to reserve your spot.
Peninsula Community Health Services. Healthcare for all.
Pizza Boys in Soldotna is proud to sponsor today's Player of the Game, which honors local athletes from Kenai, Soldotna, Nikiski, and across the Kenai Peninsula. Pizza Boys is your local destination for stone-baked pizzas, fresh pasta, and so much more. We create authentic, hand-tossed pizzas daily, made to order with fresh, quality ingredients that are sure to make your mouth water. Our full-service dining room and takeout options are ready to satisfy all your cravings. Dine in, take out, or have it delivered by calling 260-4800. Pizza Boys.
Welcome back to the PCHS postgame show. Time for your Pizza Boys Player of the Game. Today's Player of the Game will receive a certificate for a pepperoni pizza. For pickup or delivery, call 907-260-4800. Soldotna Pizza Boys sponsoring the Player of the Game, 907-260-4800. We try to spread it around, and we want to make sure that we're not giving the same players the Pizza Boys Player of the Game over and over and over. And we gave Eli Richards Player of the Game in Week 1. So let there be no doubt. Eli, I think, has to get the gold star for this game. He had a fantastic game. We mentioned he had 24 carries, also almost matching his 2-game total.
He also had the biggest defensive play, a huge pass breakup in the fourth quarter that kept the Stars alive.
Big deal for 90 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns, 3 catches for 36 yards and a touchdown. 3 all-purpose touchdowns for him and over 100 all-purpose yards. But again, had the Player of the Game in Week 1 against Wasilla. So if I look at kind of the next level, trying to see which is the guy that I think should be that Pizza Boys Player of the Game, I'm going to give it this week to Soldotna's kicker, Trevin Moore, because if it wasn't for his consistency, kicking the extra points and the field goals, Soldotna doesn't even have a shot at the end of this game. As it is, he counts for 9 points of offense, 3 extra points. He's 3 for 3 on the PATs, and he's also 2 for 2 on field goals. He makes a 33-yard field goal and a 32-yard field goal. So your Pizza Boys Player of the Game for this incredible game between the Soldotna Stars and the Star Valley Braves is kicker Trevin Moore for the Soldotna Stars. Nolan, any final thoughts?
Well, I'm just really looking forward to Matt Wilson and KSRM flying us down to Afton, Wyoming next year to call the rematch. That's the cool thing about this matchup, and it's cool that Coach McKay with Star Valley and Coach Brantley worked out this kind of home and home. 2 great teams. If you're Soldotna, you're gonna go home tonight just lamenting a few plays here and there that really cost you an opportunity to have a great victory. But you got a full season in front of you. You can't dwell on this game, Nick, because you got Lathrop next week. Lathrop's very good. They've got some great athletes and size, and so you got to be ready for that. Probably the strongest contender in Alaska that the Stars will face is the Lathrop Malamute. So you got to turn the page quick. But we'll get to see these teams again next year, and that's really cool. And it wouldn't surprise me at all if the Stars go down there and return the favor and get the win next year. This is a very, very even matchup. It just turned for the Stars on a couple of plays offensively, where Star Valley just made great plays as defensive team, right? And sometimes that happens, and sometimes the ball doesn't bounce your way, Nick.
Nope.
Soldotna had multiple chances to fall on loose balls because Star Valley was having some issues with the quarterback-center exchange.
Yeah.
But none of those balls bounced towards the Soldotna defender, and Star Valley was able to retain possession in all those situations. So, awesome game. Super cool to be here to call it with you, and great to be here at Justin Maley Field, and really a historic game.
Really was.
For the Peninsula and Soldotna High School. We don't get the opportunities to have teams come up from the lower 48 that often, and if we do, it's certainly not a USA Today #1 ranked team in the state, haven't lost a game in forever type team.
Oh, yeah.
So what a cool matchup, what a cool day. Chamber of Commerce weather, you can't beat it, Nick.
Absolutely.
You can't beat it.
Gorgeous day, blue sky, sunshine. And we got rain in the forecast as we head into the next week. And so, you couldn't ask for a better day, like you said. And couldn't ask for a better crowd. Thank you to everybody who showed up for the game. Absolutely packed stands here at Justin Maley. And if you're the Soldotna Stars, you can't walk away from this game with your chin on your chest. You got to have your head held high. You played a team that had you outmatched in speed, in size, and, you gave up a couple bad plays.
They brought about 80 players up here.
Yeah.
Star Valley sidelines goes from the 30-yard line to the 30-yard line. Them kids are big.
And so they come from a state that prides itself on really good football, and they get the job done here. That's going to do it for this broadcast. The final score, Star Valley 35, the Soldotna Stars 28. For our broadcast producer back in our K-Beach studio, Race Lee, and for my broadcast partner this afternoon, Nolan Rose, my name is Nick Sorrell saying good afternoon and God bless.
You've been listening to
Later.
You're watching Soldotna football on Peninsula Live. Peninsula Live is a non-profit organization streaming youth sports from the Kenai Peninsula to families around the world. We are Peninsula Live. Good night, everyone.